She. We on BDA time, huh? That's a bet. No, we on Virgo time. We on my own time. Dritz, you are a top tier troll, my guy. Truly, truly, truly. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I'm gonna get trashed down because of the lighting, but fucking nothing I can do. I don't like God. Virgo's ever done any of the overdarkened Virgo in this time? Thought about it. Thought about it. Thanks for bringing it up. What's up, Emmanuel? What's up, Black Zorro? What's good, my guys? I want to have a stream. I'll turn the cam off for now. I want to have a stream talking to you guys for a little bit. And I'll invite some of the guys in because I know people have been wanting to stream today. And I mean, it's a dead week. We don't have any chapters. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Driss, let me know if you want the link, man. I'll hit you up with it. Virgo, how was that party yesterday, fan? Crazy. Shaquille O'Neal don't play, bro. Shaquille O'Neal throwing top tier parties in the nightclubs, bro. I was lit. Lit. I was hammed. Even when I was talking to Super Mecca yesterday, I was pretty lit. Oh yeah, Driss, I heard your voice a little fucked. Sorry about that. What's up, EOS? You want to join in, buddy? I know we got a dead week, so we'll probably be doing some, chapter predictions and whatnot. You know how that goes. How you guys doing? How's the chat doing? I never asked how you all are doing. How's it hanging? You guys doing dope? What's up, Share the Dank? We are very, very close to 600 subs, folks. We are 6 subs away. 6 subs away. Let's go. It is lit. I am pumped. I'll get you that link shortly, guys. EOS, I never know what your fucking name is. What is your name? You change your name every other day. Are you still bullying on a Sunday? Yeah, you are. You're bullying on a Sunday. Fucking weirdo. I'm doing dope. Need to go to rehab. The tech ecosystem. I've never seen you before, man, but welcome. Nice. Yeah, real nice, my guy. Real nice. And I gotta say though, the live streams lately have been bumping. We have consistently been getting up to 60 live viewers, and thinking about where the channels come from, that's nuts. We used to have a total of like 10 people watching tops, and now you got 60 people consistently. The other stream we got up to 70 something. Super Mecha Virgo is live, dude. Stop. I mean, I ship it, but stop. You know. I know. So she followed me back on Twitter. I said, "Yo, eventually, maybe when she eventually catches up to the series, maybe I'll invite her one day. Who knows?" But I feel like the kind of cancer that we bring to these live streams are 100% not suited for anything she does. We need to create fake beefs to boost our views. Oh, that's not my thing. Even though I think Matt is trying to start a beef with me, I don't know what I did to him. But Matt's like pushing this fuck Virgo agenda, and not too certain where that came from. Cool, I guess. Cool beans. I don't give a shit. Let's see. What are you doing, Jay Hudson? I guess I'll send Hans the link. He's been bitching at me, saying I ignore him. I only stream when he's not around. Dritz, I know. I was saying like after she was done with the anime, maybe she'll read. Who knows? Hashtag fuck Matt. Bet. We're gonna talk about it behind the scenes. I sent you the link, EOS. What's up, Sunday Lollipop? How you doing, my dude? Put on a hat. We'll see. Maybe later on the stream I'll make you happy, BDV. Uh, and I know I said every stream I make someone a mod. So since Shank W's was here first, and he's been here consistently, you are a mod now, sir. You are a fucking mod. Yeah, I figured as much, Dritz. Hey man, one can dream, right? No, Black Zor, you were first, but Shanks has been here quite a bit. Do I read Kingdom? Yes, I read Kingdom. I used to review Kingdom. I might get back into that. I might even do so starting with the next chapter. I might even live react to the last Kingdom chapter and get into that. Hans, what is this? It's a link, dumbass. I hate talking to Grim, bro, because he a creep.
Hold on, kid.
Grim is a creep. I'm like, yo, you coming through? He be like, maybe a little later, baby girl. Dritz, also, don't you got a boyfriend? That's fine, Dritz. I ain't ask all that. I don't care about her boyfriend. I don't know him.
Bro. Oh shit, hold on. Yeah.
What's up, yours?
Hold on, man. My shit low. Hold on. I'm trying to fix it.
Oh wow, you sound like shit.
Not just low. Oh wait, is it low? Oh no, we good. All right.
And I mean, I could raise you up if I needed to.
Okay.
And you read Samurai 8, and I did read Samurai 8. I kind of liked it.
That shit lit, my nigga. That shit lit.
I kind of liked it. Let's get no voice Dritz in here. So what, Dritz? What is it? Is like, do you get like bronchitis or like what's happening? Yeah, I need to know what happened, man.
Before we just talking about toxic man, what?
I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
I was looking at Dritz's shit, bro. Looking at
Dritz, stop being such a SJW.
Fucking gay.
If you don't care about the boyfriend, then you are being disrespectful to her. I can't shift this anymore. With this toxic masculinity, we need to do better. I don't know how I got it the first time. Well, a trickle down effect, Dritz? I don't know if it works like that.
Yo, that's a fact, yo. That's a fact, yo.
Master J, you're not invited.
He said you're not invited. Oh no.
His bitch ass saying some. He tweeted earlier today, someone please host a live stream so I don't have to go to Vergo's.
Oh, yo, you ain't shit, bro.
I was like, okay, that's a big bet.
Oh, yeah. No, never get invited. Oh, no. Fake beef. Fake beef.
Fake beef. Right?
Let's see what bro.
Up to.
Oh, fuck Master J.
What'd you say?
I said, fuck Master J.
Yeah, that fuck Master J agenda going strong.
Yo, yeah, bro. We gotta create fake beef so we can get more views and get more subs, you know. You know how that go.
Dritz been tongue kissing them e-girls. That's a bit. All right.
Wait,
that's
what?
I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe he got mono.
That's worse. Like, what? Oh no. White Knight Dritz? Oh no.
White Knight Dritz, you know. White Knight Dritz out here. That should actually be a
WKD, man.
Not just the theorist, but White Knight Dritz. I like it.
White Knight Dritz, man.
I like the ring to it.
Yo,
let's get
Fruit Loops, bro.
Let's get Fruit Loops in here. He doesn't do anything with his life.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I love how Froob and Rufy are best friends.
Oh, because they think alike, man. You know.
No. I'm just kidding. They absolutely hate each other.
Oh yeah. They be agreeing on mad shit though. When I be coming in, they be agreeing, bro.
But they hate each other. Like,
is it too much alike?
Froob said Rufy's voice sounds like death.
And Fruit. What does Fruit voice sound like? Oh no, fake beef. Oh, exactly, bro. I was saying they're the same person, man.
I mean, I guess. Just said where that link. I didn't send it to you. I'm sorry, sir. Hold on. Voiceless hockey. That's not a thing. Coming to you, Dritz.
To how you lose a sub? Yo, you lost a sub, Vergo?
Well, I lost a sub. I'm supposed to be gaining subs. Hey, no. Actually, now I gotta check this shit. That's absurd.
How you lose a sub, nigga? Watch it when it's like Master J or something, and you
Probably.
Oh, I gotta.
Nigga, I did lose a sub.
What'd you say?
I did lose a sub.
He's probably like Master J or somebody. Probably something back, man.
What the fuck? Who the fuck unsubbed? Hey, Dritz.
Yo, what's up?
Oh my.
Vergo lost a sub. He didn't do what I said and create fake beef. He wanted to be.
I'm supposed to be gaining some today. How am I losing subs?
That's probably Young. That's my boy. Probably trolling.
Either him or Master J, since I just said fuck Master J. And I fuck Master J.
The fake beef thing's not working. New plan.
I don't want a beef, period. There's no fake beef. DJ Dritzy with the no voice style. That's
right.
That's a fact.
I sound like some chain smoker. God damn
You know,
it.
those people that work chain smoking and they have to put the microphone to their throat.
I used to be.
Yeah, I
Like mid-40s, I got kicked. It's like
58 now.
Yeah, have you ever heard whenever I don't know what it's called when people get that hole in their throat?
Yeah, that's what I just said. And they have a microphone to it.
Newport God.
God.
At least I
Jesus
still
Christ, bitch, you sound like Jabba the Hutt. Oh my God.
This is my final form.
Oh, that sounded more normal. There you go.
It might get better at some points and it might get worse. It's others. It's on and off.
Grab your lozenge or some hot tea, my guy.
Yeah, get some halls or something, bro.
I literally have a full almost like a box of them.
Yeah.
And just going through them. Jeez. Yeah. So yeah, let's have some fun today. Cause I know people have been bored. There's no chapter,
Yeah.
So obviously we can do predictions.
They don't need One Piece. They got that My Hero chapter.
Oh, I didn't read it.
I haven't read My Hero since Shinzo was reintroduced. I don't even know what's happening.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I dropped it.
This arc is dope, though.
I've heard it's gotten better.
My Villain Academia, man.
Yeah. That's really good.
I know there was some controversy around Deku or some. Has that gone away yet, or is that still there?
No, I mean, it's not about him anymore, so people have stopped caring.
So they'll start caring whenever we go back to him, then, right?
Facts.
That's what I thought.
I think there's about to be a time skip soon.
Interesting.
Really?
I mean,
is there going to be an actual time skip?
But, so instead of the normal prediction stream, we're gonna do that. But let's talk about some a bit controversial topics that have been going all around the Discord lately.
Are you losing a sub?
I mean,
no, that was probably Matt, dude.
So, Dritz, can you enlighten me? What is this fuck Vergo agenda that Matt's got going on?
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck Matt be doing half the time. So it's probably just him trolling you, man.
I'm just like, hey, man, how you having a good day? Fuck Vergo. Oh,
all
Vergo. Right. Can you enlighten me as to why you hate me for no reason?
You probably just proved him wrong. So it's like, I
mean, I always prove Matt wrong.
Yeah, I figure that.
I mean, I think he's been going through something. I mean, he's been in Discord a lot lately. Did his girlfriend break up with him? Or
no. Oh no.
Oh, he told me that he's working from home today, so he might have been.
I mean, he's been working from home for the last 4 days.
Oh yeah.
What job does he do that he can work from home?
I thought he was a bartender. Since when can they work from home?
A carpenter?
Bartender.
Oh, a Bart. Oh yeah, I thought he was a bartender. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So does he ship out drinks?
Maybe he has 2 jobs. I don't know.
It's possible.
You have to ask him. Maybe Matt's just been bullshit.
I thought he was doing music. No, that was his thing.
No, that's like a hobby.
BDB said, "Why does Driss sound like Dr. Girlfriend from the Venture Brothers?"
Oh my God, that's it. Yo, I love that reference. Venture Brothers was awesome, man.
You're saying that you sound like Lumpy Princess, guys.
Actually, when you first came in, I kind of got Clint Eastwood vibes,
I like old Clint Eastwood. Young Clint Eastwood was actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of those movies you've actually watched. A lot of people don't actually watch old movies anymore, but I'm a big Clint Eastwood fan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's great, dude.
Maybe we'll
Have
a-
you seen The
we'll
Good, the Bad, and the
podcast
Ugly?
and actually just talk about his movies.
It's really, I mean, he's a really good actor.
And producer, you name it.
I don't really know how many he's produced, but yeah, he's a pretty good producer as well.
But yeah, I'm actually a little salty that I lost this up, but whatever.
Y'all heard about the Loquisha shit? The Loquisha movie?
Hey, Sage.
Oh, hey.
What's good?
Not much.
What is LaQuisha, dude?
Oh, it's like this movie where like this white guy is pretending to be like this black woman for like radio shit so he can get a job. Yeah.
And of course, a woman joins and my viewers skyrocket, of course.
Yo, that's what we need, bro. We need to get extra subs.
That's ridiculous.
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
The road to 600, I feel that.
The road to 6. Yeah, all of a sudden I just gained 7 subs.
Oh, I feel.
Hello?
What?
All right, I'll be right outside.
Oh my god, yikes. You gotta hold it down.
No, I ordered some food, so I'll be right back. But here's a topic you guys
said last time. You were gone for 30 minutes.
Somebody was talking today about how Kaido's creature title means nothing.
Is that Hokkaido's trash?
That's basically what they were saying. So you guys talk about that while I go pick up this food. Be right back.
Did you know that like we didn't hear like the last part that he said?
I didn't hear the question, but
my question is, how the hell did he even start a stream before even getting his food to begin with? That's wild.
I don't know.
Anyway, no, listen. So
organization
for the delivery. Anyway, basically they're saying that Kaido's strongest creature title had no credence.
Oh, the title
compared to what?
It's a rumor. It's not even really title.
I don't really understand. Like,
he's saying, like,
I think he's trying to ask whether, like, we think that the world's strongest creature title applies to Kaido, or whether it's like
just a rumor,
something that's rumor.
Well, what other creature would be stronger than Kaido?
I can't remember whether it's an official title box though. Like, I can't remember.
I think Shanks is stronger than Kaido.
I know he doesn't have one.
For me, it's kind of redundant because whenever I see the world's strongest titles, I think they're all kind of applicable to each other, like portrayal-wise. It just means he's super duper strong within the verse.
Yeah,
like if you compare a lot of the Yonko, a lot of them have titles. Whitebeard had a title. The only other one that we know of that has a title, Shakes might, I doubt it though, is Kaido. Big Mom doesn't even have a title. So compare that with like Mihawk, Whitebeard, who was the strongest man in the world for the longest period of time, and then Dragon, who's potentially like #1 in the verse. I think that puts Kaido in good standing.
I didn't know about that one.
I mean, you can argue it. I'm not saying it's true, but it's definitely arguable.
You already know.
Like the most dangerous man could also be sought off as an informational thing as well.
I don't think he was the most dangerous man. I thought he was the
most wanted, most dangerous. Either way, it's you're put into the same pantheon as like the world's most wanted, whatever, world's most this.
And I don't completely
the same company.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying that it can be seen as either way.
Right.
See,
I talk for too long.
Don't die on me, buddy.
I think the Kaido thing is like it's questionable for sure because like he's gonna go down this arc to me. Like we'll just start off with that. Like it's not a case of like he's gonna be shown to be like, wow, the insurmountable beast that we can't actually pass. Like he's gonna be something that we manage to pass. So there are goals that we're going to have in the future that might be a lot harder than Kaido because of how story writing tends to work. And so, like, for me, I think it's okay to start to question that title. But I think you do have to take it as, like, take it with a pinch of salt, but only a pinch of salt, not like, a fistful.
Yeah. Because you got to think about it like, and somebody was talking about it, it's the 4 Yonko saga, and eventually these Yonko are going to be taken down, so to speak. So you think about that the people that are left after have to be even bigger threats because then Luffy's just going to baby walk everybody, right?
Well, it also depends on context.
So you would assume Akainu and Blackbeard are of the level where they're going to end up being tougher antagonists.
Yeah, I can see Akainu being higher.
Relatively, yeah.
You don't?
I mean, it depends on context. Like, I can guarantee you Kaido isn't actually going down in a fair way in this arc.
I can agree to that too. He's gonna get fucking
We
gang
can say
banged.
that for like Doflamingo. We can say that for a lot of people. We still want to say Luffy.
Yeah, like it depends, like what you view as being like
Fair.
unfair. Yeah.
Well, I guess most people kind of visualize it as like none of these people can actually beat these characters by themselves. Even with all of the alliance together, people are still anticipating a giant nerf to Kaido because even with their current strength, there's no way they can beat him.
Like
You have to think of the sort of context. Like Luffy's whole character is to do the impossible. Like,
Yes, right. But
I
since
feel
Luffy has
like it's
entered
just
the
gonna
new
be
world, he
another
hasn't
David
beaten
and
anyone.
Goliath, though.
Wait, what's up, Drips?
Since Luffy's entered the new world, he hasn't beaten a single enemy by himself that's been strong.
He beat Caesar by himself.
Strong.
Super strong.
Yes, I worked around
I
that.
reiterate. Strong. Yeah. I mean, you can almost go as far as to say that Caesar might not even have been stronger than Vergo.
I mean Vergo's
Caesar
probably
might have
beating
not been what?
Caesar's ass. I
I said Caesar might not even have been stronger than Vergo.
I don't think he was.
Caesar's definitely stronger. Caesar could beat Vergo if he wanted to.
Why?
How?
Just because of
It
his fruit
depends
alone.
how sensible Caesar is, though, because Caesar's capacity is and potential is huge because of his understanding of his devil fruit and the devil fruit he
That's
has
also
being
very true.
particularly good. But like Caesar isn't a particularly competent fighter from what we've seen, so you have to factor that in as well.
That's true. Even if I do factor that in, I still think if we had 10 fights, right? I think Vergo beats him 5 times, but I still think Caesar can. It's like a toss-up for me. I can see Caesar winning 5 different ways.
Yeah, if he actually uses his goddamn brain.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't like what, like when you think about it, like what was stopping him from taking the air out of the room again when fighting Luffy, you know? But I don't know. Oh God, I just fucked that up. There we go. So another thing I wanted to bounce around you guys. As far as, and I know we've talked about this quite a few times, the Luffy Kid correlation. Does Kid actually truly stand a chance against Luffy in a one-on-one?
Of course.
I would say you would have to believe that at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
With all what I mean, like with I know you've been doing they say you've been doing things synonymous to Luffy to be strong in the new world, but I mean the guy's got future sight.
Yes, right, but future sight isn't the end all be all to being strong, right?
It's
Because a
not.
lot of the Yonko don't have it.
It's not, but it definitely boosts Luffy up there. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not even
boost Luffy up. If we didn't know about the things that Kid was doing, then it wouldn't be a question. People would just believe it because they believe the Oda wouldn't do the supernovas, all of them that dirty. But I think we have precedent to believe that Kid's actually on his level.
I was of the belief, but then when I saw Luffy displayed in such a manner in those little sumo matches, I started to like have a bit of disbelief and a disconnect from the whole they're synonymous thing.
Well, I know Kid managed to escape.
I mean, yeah.
Virgo, let me put it to you like this. Like, what if Kid was going through the New World? We know he fought against like some of the Big Mom pirates. We know that he fought against like the Red Hair pirates.
Yeah.
So we know that he's had potentially more encounters with Yonko than Luffy has. So we know that there have been more places for him to bloom his haki, more extreme scenarios for his haki to bloom. There's absolutely no reason for us to think for 1 minute that Kid couldn't be around the same level as Luffy. Obviously the reality and what we think at the moment could be different, and the perceived storytelling so far, like some of the meta has pointed towards the fact that they're meant to be similar, like carrying the same kind of weight of bricks, being able to do the same amount of manual labor. Like there have been hints to it, but like when nothing has been stated flat out, like what we can do is look at what has been stated, and what has been stated is that Kid has potentially gone through more since entering the new world than Luffy. So
I can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'll just have to like look back at things and reevaluate it. I don't know.
What do you really think, though, Virgo?
I really think that if they were to fight, it would be like almost like a mid difficulty for Luffy, because I feel like.
Why do you think that?
And I'm saying it because it seems like Oda's really just trying to push the narrative that Luffy is going to be the guy that's going to be in the complete forefront of the supernovas, and by a large margin at that.
See, are we talking about whether the fight's happening in One Piece or if the fight is about their actual strength?
About their actual strength.
If
But
it's their actual strength,
I'm
they're not
saying
that
that
far
because,
apart from each other. Like
because
at
in
all.
One
It's not
Piece,
me.
he's boosting him so much, time after time.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between like the story writing and how that fight would go in the story, and how that fight can go in your head and how it can go with their power.
But
Like,
I'm kind of mixing the two because I'm using
right.
what he's being given the story because he's been given the future sight. He's been given this next advanced armament. Like,
Yeah, but there's no reason to suspect that Kid couldn't have at least one of those things.
true that.
But the combination of what Luffy has, I think, is too great.
Why is that?
I think future sight, right, combined with the level of armament that he's gaining, just the level of armament he has in general, and then his Conqueror's Haki alone. Even though Kid does have Conqueror's Haki, but I don't think he's has why do I want to say? Yeah, I don't think he has used it in a way that Luffy has, because you have to remember Luffy fought Doflamingo with Conqueror's Haki and fought Katakuri, which I'm pretty sure that Kid did not fight Katakuri. I think Luffy has more experience than Kid.
Well, what if Kid fought someone stronger than Katakuri?
Yeah, we just don't know.
Like, so my theory is this. So we know that Kid lost his arm dealing with Shanks, right? Yeah. In the Viva cards from Ben Beckman, it said that Ben Beckman was the man who shows pirates what's up, what's good in the New World. So I'm pretty sure Ben Beckman's the one who took Kid's arm. And Beckman has been compared to Shanks in terms of strength.
That's possible, but
it's very possible, actually, to be honest.
But I guess my original question would be like this. So if you think there's that much big of a difference between Luffy and Kid, do you think Luffy is legitimately 1v1 in Kaido?
Absolutely not.
So then if Luffy isn't 1v1 in Kaido, then how can you expect someone that weak with basically nothing around him to defeat him?
So I mean, here's we go back to the whole where he's going to jump him. So all the little weaklings together, sometimes if you get covered in ants, maybe they can take you away,
Well, at that point, Vergo, you might as well just have the Straw Hats as an entity take him out. If the strength doesn't matter at all, it takes this do you really think jumping Kaido with insufficient strength is going to work?
No, it's not going to be crazy, but we're giving certain hints that Luffy's going to be able to damage him with the whole, well, maybe I can get new Kaido skills with this. I'm like,
yo, what's good? What's good?
Yo, what's up, man? And I don't know, at getting one shot to 1v1ing a guy is just absolutely crazy to me.
Yeah, unless what
Dan and CGK were saying might actually be true, and it was a Seastone club that helped nerf Luffy. That's like it.
I don't know why that would matter though.
That would be the really only hurdle.
Then there's a variance in power.
Is there a variance in power?
Say it was a Seastone club, right? Once Luffy's nerfed, then yes, it's still a strong attack, but it takes out Luffy a lot easier. He's not going to have that durability.
Yeah, but so that's assuming that you know the complete form of Kaido's power. Kaido did that casually.
Yeah, it was an assumption. Yeah, but it was also a named attack.
Yeah, so you can also assume that wasn't Kaido's strongest attack, and that if Kaido can handle Luffy at his strongest easily with a club, even if it was Seastone, it's like, is Kaido's Haki that far below that it wouldn't actually do more damage?
But even Seastone doesn't.
I'm just saying it puts more weight, even if it wasn't say it wasn't a Seastone club, then that's just all Kaido, and then you just wretched.
Right.
Well, it would have had to be a Seastone club. Either that or Haki. Sorry, I'm late to the conversation.
What's up, Toddy?
What's up?
And Spidey. And Moderator, I didn't greet any of you. Sorry. What's good?
No, you're good. You're good. Nah, I mean, to me, I think besides Luffy gaining the ability to actually hurt Kaido, it really doesn't mean anything if he can't take a hit.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so what Rayleigh said about that advanced armament Haki is that it's a defensive buff as well as an offensive buff. So if Luffy can deflect Kaido's club, that would give him a stronger. That would help him last longer in the fight. But there's still that threat of getting one shot again. So,
but I gotta say, Drake, your Haki is blooming up in this stream because you're getting better.
Is it? Great.
It really is. But yeah.
Can I say something about that? Oh, go ahead.
No, do my guess. I'm gonna get into this topic. Go ahead.
So I think like the whole purpose of this training is to try to like justify what's going to happen when Luffy finally meets Kaido. I think the whole one shot thing was just for hype. I don't think that's even a possibility. I what's that?
Nothing.
Oh, I don't think that's a possibility going into the next fight. Um, but I think the problem Kaido's going to run into is just hitting Luffy in general. Luffy's already been set up, honestly, to be one of the top observation hockey users in the series, simply by the statement that he's getting close to where God Junior was. That implies that his observation hockey.
No, that's
Spidey.
Spidey.
Spidey, that you?
You need to mute his mic if he's not going to talk.
Spidey.
What happened? What?
Hey, mute yourself when you're not talking. You got a lot of background.
You got a lot of.
I don't understand why people be getting on Discord at the food court in the mall.
I got background.
Yes.
Spidey.
It might just be your mic, bro. You might have to come back and.
Hold on a second.
Might just be your mic.
It's better
But
now.
I feel like Luffy's observation hockey is going to be at such a point after this training that Kaido is going to have trouble landing a hit on him at all. Coupled with the fact that Kaido is extremely large.
Why do you think that, Toddy?
Why do I think he's going to have trouble hitting him?
Right.
Because Luffy's observation hockey is likely going to be. I personally already think it's top 5 in the series, but Luffy's observation hockey after this training is likely going to be top 3. It is going to be.
But why would that defend? Okay, so what's going to stop? So you think that Yonko, if they fought against someone that was way weaker than them, if they had future sight, they wouldn't be able to hit him?
I think that I'm not saying. I'm saying it'll be hard. And specifically, it would be hard to land a shot that connects so precisely that it knocks Luffy out in one.
You have to remember, when Luffy was fighting Kaido, he was very flustered. He wasn't calm and focused as you need to be.
Yeah, right. I agree. If the fight had started again whenever Luffy was completely calm, I mean, maybe Luffy dodges the loop. I mean, it still ends with the quickness.
I also think that Luffy is not. I think Luffy is going to learn from his mistake last time because he had a form that was suited towards dodging, and he went into it in a really large form that made him a really easy target to hit. I think next time he goes into that fight, he's either going to have a new form, or he's going to go Snake Man instead, which increases his elusivity like exponentially.
Okay, this is something I actually wanted to ask. Why does Snake Man increase elusivity?
Well, for one thing,
so whenever we saw it against Katakuri, it didn't actually increase his movement speed; it increased his attack speed. We never actually got to see Luffy move at incredible speeds while in Snake Man outside of him attacking people.
But what you did see when he was in Snake Man is him dodging a lot more attacks than what he was doing the entire 12 hours before that transformation.
Well, yeah, well, that's comparing Luffy whenever he had gotten his observation hockey to a level that was good enough to fight Katakuri compared to whenever he didn't.
But why only give credit to his observation hockey? Why not give credit to the new form
Luffy
he's
during
breaking
the 12
out
hours was also just regularly dodging Katakuri.
You also have to understand, like, Luffy just didn't the switch didn't just snap when he went to Snake Man. Like, he had it in base form a little bit before he went to Snake Man, and he was using it.
And it wasn't nearly as effective as when he was Snake Man, because Snake Man, he was probably dodging 50% of the attacks. Before that moment,
Snake Man isn't faster than his base form, but like I don't know, like I could get down with the idea that it's faster, but I haven't actually seen the movement speed of it being faster.
Well, wouldn't speed complement elusivity anyway?
Well, it depends, because whenever Luffy's in Snake Man, he's literally just standing still, moving his arms. Right, so whenever he was trying to hit Katakuri, whenever he first started, Katakuri just walked right up to him.
But to be fair, like, he was on the offensive for the beginning.
Yeah, that's the point. Snake Man's a completely offensive mode from what we've seen.
We were on Matrix there for like a good
minute.
I don't know if it's completely offensive, because I can't overlook the fact that he was dodging a lot more attacks than at any point in before. And I understand that his observation hockey developing has a lot to do with that. But you've admitted yourself, Dritz, that I think this is Dritz. It sounds like Dritz.
This is Dritz if he had smoked a lot of cigarettes.
I'm with you, man. I smoke like 30 a day. But I know I know
Sounds
that
expensive.
speed contributes to your ability to dodge and your dexterity. It is present in every single combat sport out there. The fastest person is going to more likely be able to dodge these attacks. And compared to Bound Man, Snake Man is what 15 times smaller.
I mean,
That is a target that is
No, I
like
don't think so. No, Luffy's
Smaller.
actually pretty large in Snake Man.
have been referenced together because they were like the new.
I didn't hear. Maybe not 15, but he's significantly smaller. And being significantly smaller means you're significantly harder to hit. So with the speed, with what we've seen of or what we've seen with Snake Man, I can't just say that Snake Man was elusive because of speed, or I can't say that Luffy's fight with God Jr. was elusive just
Here you go with
because
that.
his observation hockey. I have to give some credit to Snake Man because that was the only time in that entire fight where Luffy was probably dodging 50% of hits.
Hey, shout out to my nigga the Viper. That's gonna be Luffy, and Kaido's gonna be the Mountain. Except Luffy ain't gonna die in the end.
Anyway,
I
what's
hope
going
Mama
on?
takes out Kaido, man. That'd be
Hey,
just
Toddy, you met Toddy Jr., right?
Man, don't even start with
That's a
me,
big
Virgo. Don't even start with me.
What'd you say, Virgo?
I said that's Toddy Jr.
Who's Toddy Jr.?
Rufy.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, they be
Rufy don't like
they
me
be
though. He
saying
doesn't
that
like
because
that
we
nigga.
sound the same, Toddy.
Yeah, I know.
Every time we be in the stream together, they're like, nah, this nigga sound like Toddy.
Yeah, I know. You're a lot less aggressive and a lot more likable though.
That's a fact.
Yeah, Toddy, you're kind of a douche, but you're my
I
guy.
know. I'm working on it.
Florian Triangle says, tell this nigga that attack speed does not equal travel speed. For example, Usain Bolt is faster than Bruce Lee, but in terms of combat, Bruce Lee is faster. Ooh.
Yeah, but Bruce Lee can.
I bet
if
if a train was coming down the road or like a train coming down the road, I bet if a big ass bulldozer was coming down the road, Usain Bolt is going to have an easier time getting out of the way of that bulldozer than Bruce Lee's less.
That's
But
a fact.
even if we even talk about that, like if we talk about who can dodge more hits, Usain Bolt or Bruce Lee's dodging more hits, even though he's faster.
Right.
Like,
I mean, but
you
can also account that to Bruce Lee's innate skill to like have like perception of punches better than Usain.
And that goes to future sight.
I mean, taking all those things into consideration, put Bruce Lee and Usain Bolt at the starting line in a shooting range. Have them niggas run across the shooting range while niggas are shooting on that shooting range. I guarantee Bruce Lee has about 10 times more bullets in his ass than Usain Bolt does.
That is true.
I don't know about that example.
You don't think?
I don't.
It depends where they're shooting at. It depends.
No, you're right in that regard. But I don't know about that example.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I came up with it. Just hit.
I mean, it's a hard example with like Usain Bolt and Bruce Lee because you can even some big ass motherfuckers that are like heavyweights in boxing or MMA are adeptly able to dodge attacks a lot easier than someone who's a lot smaller than them just because they're used to fighting a lot more and their perception of punches is a lot slower than other people's.
Do you think?
I mean, but you comparing like throwing punches to getting shot at.
I'll tell you this. Right
I mean, a punch from a
Silver,
Yonko is probably
right
as
now,
fast.
if you have someone who's really fast, like throw a punch at you, and you try to dodge it, I don't think you're dodging it as good as Daniel Cormier. I'm sorry.
Of course, I'm not. I'm not a fighter. You could punch me
Well,
all
there
you
you
want.
go.
But with that example, do you think that the best heavyweight in the world would dodge more shots than the best featherweight in the world?
No.
Wait, shots as in like bullets?
Like punches, I guess. In his
punches.
Okay, punches.
An example, man.
Well, I don't know. Here's the prime example. Andy Sana is a light heavyweight in the UFC, and he's amazing at counterpunching. And then you have someone who like Max Holloway, who's not in the same weight class. He's in multiple weight classes lower than him, and he's more of a banger, and he doesn't literally dodge as good as Adesanya, and he's literally 50 pounds lighter than him.
Well, I'm not comparing like individual abilities. I'm saying take two specialists in dodging and counterpunching. one that is 200 pounds and one that is 140 pounds, and you are trying to punch each one of those, I bet you land more hits on the 200-pound specialist than the 140-pound
it's a
specialist.
bigger target.
Yeah.
Bigger target.
And they have a larger range of motion to actually move. They have to move further than the light person to actually
A prime example of that is when Katakuri was trying to hit Luffy with his spear, and Luffy literally dodged Katakuri's spear by going in between the fucking the blades of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But
I don't think Luffy's getting one shot ever again in the series. Honestly, I think this was the last time.
Real shit. I am so confused.
Not by no first manga. Not by no.
Oh, that it's a fact for like 100% fact. Luffy ain't ever losing to no commander in this series. Period.
Not a commander. I don't think he's getting one shot by a Yonko, because I would be under the impression, first of all, Mama is likely the strongest when it comes to like force, but Kaido is likely within the top 2 strongest hit wise in the series. And if he's not going to get one shot by Kaido again, he ain't getting one shot by anybody.
Oh, Shanks.
Except for Oda. Oda be one shot in that nigga every week.
Hey, are you okay, man? I think he just needs some bullshit.
No, I don't
think
see him.
what?
I don't see him getting one
Whoever
shot ever
sneezed
again
thinks
either.
he's sneezing bullshit. So anyway,
Maybe Blackbeard.
Whoever sneezed what?
Shanks was sneezing bullshit.
Oh, my bad. I ain't realized that I sneezed your name.
Why would Luffy
Shanks.
ever fight Shanks? Niggas need to let that dream go.
No, I ain't saying Luffy gonna fight
I
Shanks.
think
If Luffy and
Wait,
Shanks
why is
have
it
any
stupid?
kind of encounter, it's just gonna be a test your might type thing. I don't think that they're ever gonna meet each other in like any form of like hostile engagement.
All right, here's my right hand.
Is that Dritz? Oh shit.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? You sound tired as fuck, bro.
I mean, it's not really tired. I'm just sick.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Keep that shit
He
away.
had to work at the hostel.
You see, that's the only time Drift comes to my streams is when he's sick. What an asshole.
Hey, bro. Hey, Dritz, keep that shit away from me. I heard transmitted diseases is a thing.
Transmuted. That shit evolved.
Transmitted, however you say it. Keep it away from me. I just got old.
Transmuted. Full Metal Alchemist over here.
Wait, fanboy said Drift ate too much Snickers.
I mean, shit.
I get that.
That's nasty as hell.
That's
anyway,
funny. That's funny as hell.
Booby92 said Drift hit the bong too hard.
I don't do drugs. I'm a good boy.
The Dark King one-shot Luffy. No, he didn't.
I mean, that was filler as fuck.
No, I definitely think that happened. During the time.
I mean, that was so long ago. I mean, Luffy.
That definitely
didn't happen.
Hey, Santos. Yeah, that's me. What's going
Luffy
on?
got one shot by Buggy.
Do it now.
Wait, Luffy got one shot by. Oh shit! What the fuck? When did I hit 600?
Oh, you hit 600?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Congratulations.
Hey, my
Hey,
dude on
good
the
shit, bro.
rise.
Congratulations.
I got new shoes on the rise.
Hey, congratulations. It's a celebration party.
Oh,
Why
wow.
should somebody use a dick and just
I'm
unsub
on battle
you, bro?
forever.
Why should somebody being a dick and just unsub you?
Oh, I'm gonna do that right now. Hold on.
Yeah, I was just about to do it too.
Let's go. All right, let's give me the 1K today. 1K and Super Mega Freezer will sit on
You
my
gotta
table.
earn 600.
Wait, hold on.
You're gonna
Whoa,
need-
wait, time out. Whoa, you said get to 1K and what about Super Mega Freezer?
Yeah, say London, now you're a whole different person. Hold on.
Yo, you wild.
I'm kidding.
That's what everybody said when they get caught out.
No.
If we get Vergo to 1,000 subscribers, he's gonna start streaming at 360p. So that's the goal. Hit that sub button.
When she
I know you
followed
want to
me back-
see his ass. I
When
do
she
too.
followed me back, I'm like, there's no way she saw my other tweets to her because there's no way that woman would follow me back if she knew what I was saying. There was one time I sent her, I was like riding my face like a 25-cent machine or some shit.
I mean, Lord Pump says some stupid shit about Miranda Cosgrove, and I think she followed him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but Miranda Cosgrove.
Isn't that iCarly?
Yes, it is. And he don't even know her name. He kept calling her iCarly.
Does he need an R name? Like,
Oh my God. Victor Gentry said the stream is slowing down. Drit, shit on 942 and get into it with the prototype pirates.
I can't talk right now.
Yo, hey, Dritz, bro, what's been going on lately?
What do you mean?
Like every time, like I used to look at your videos to get inspired to like go into One Piece.
You saying like trash? You want the old dude?
I used to watch.
How long ago was that?
I used to watch your videos and go into the streams to have like an excited discussion. It's like recently everything you've been saying is like,
he woke up, man.
You're all but saying fuck One Piece.
I mean, One Piece has been really bad lately.
Thank you.
I'll admit it ain't been the best.
There's so many other things going on right now.
Y'all niggas just need to get on that power of God and stop just reading One Piece.
I feel like when it comes to One Piece, a lot of people have the Game of Thrones syndrome, where the series has been going downhill for a while now, but due to nostalgia and due to us falling in love with it so long ago, we keep convincing ourselves that this is still top quality writing. And writing is my main issue with One Piece. And I think a lot of people are starting to wake up with Wano because Wano was so hyped and we had all these expectations. Are starting to wake up to the fact that, man, the writing is absolute dog shit.
I have my own gripes about it, and I have my little idiosyncrasies that I have to change.
I really think Oda just wants to put it up, bro.
I very much like One Piece. I'm not gonna lie about it. I do.
Yo, I agree with you to a certain extent. I think it's just because we are who we are and we look into the series so much. Like we're on One Piece on a weekly basis. We talk
under a
about
microscope.
Yeah, we talk about it like damn near 20. I'm just gonna assume 24/7. Whenever I get a chance and somebody brings up One Piece, I'm talking about every topic that I can. I think it's just because of that reason that we all have like these certain expectations. And
I mean, sure, like personal investment has a lot to do with it because a lot of us have been invested in this series at least 3 years. Some of us, like me myself, I've been invested for 14 years. So I do think, yeah, I think since some investment has to do with it a little bit, but at the same time too, I think we're growing up and we've been exposed to a lot of like great storytelling, and we've seen a lot of tropes, and we've seen the One Piece specific tropes for arc after arc after arc, and I think we're able to take our rose tinted glasses off a little bit and really look at the series objectively and see some of these issues that weren't so prevalent before.
But I also
absolutely.
I also think it's like, how many stories can you tell in one story?
Yeah.
Oh,
and One Piece, it keeps reusing. It keeps on reusing plot points too. And I think we're getting a little bored of the whole, this country sucks. Luffy comes in, makes friends with the people who are being subjugated, gets captured, gets uncaptured, and then beats the bad guy at the end.
The one thing that
we're getting over it.
The one thing that I'm really getting tired of when it comes to how arcs are structured is the climax. Luffy has to beat bad guy A, otherwise within a certain amount of time. Otherwise, something really bad is gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's why some of the best arcs are Impel Down, Marineford, and Sabaody.
Yeah, the ones that switched it up.
Those are literally the 3 best arcs in One Piece.
Right, but we've been doing the same thing, man. Like, this feels like Dressrosa, only I was actually more invested in the characters in Dressrosa. How many times have you guys seen the bad guys stomping on civilians? Like the scene where like a civilian is on the ground and the bad guys are overly bad and they're stepping on the people and they're saying things like, you're trash.
It's like 40 chapters of Wano, and it's been about 35 of them.
One thing that I would love for One Piece to do is for them to go into a kingdom and they are not friendly. Well, and the kingdom is not friendly to them. Yes, I've had the argument. I've had the argument with people. Oh, but Luffy isn't hostile. No kingdom is going to be hostile towards him. He's a pirate. So you walk into a kingdom, they should not be buddy buddy with you at all.
What's that?
Drum Island. Yeah, they were immediately on guard because they were attacked by pirates before, and that's the thing that I want.
Whole Cake Island did that in a similar way
because they were
Whole Cake Island.
they were ruled by a pirate, then that was an opposing force. I'm talking about they go into a kingdom. The king knows that Luffy's not a bad guy, and Luffy knows the king isn't really a bad guy. It's just the fact that Luffy is a pirate, and pirates should not be welcome. Like, just a game of wits, or just to see how strong this person is, or just I really don't know how to explain it well, because I'm a little fucked up right now.
I hate One Piece stream. Two,
Oh no, it's not a I hate One
I know,
Piece.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real with you guys.
I know.
Well, I apologize too because
I
I
want
kind of
no
hijacked that
association
shit
with this because I didn't bring it up.
I know.
Because it was
I'm gonna be
about
real with
Drizzt.
you.
No,
I'm
but
gonna
you're
be
the catalyst to it.
Hold on. Absolutely said so. Silvers wants Luffy to go into the hood.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm gonna be real with everybody here. I don't know what the title of the stream is. I
What's
just saw
up,
the
Luffy?
link.
It's
Clicked
called
on
why
it.
you. It's called why
Yeah.
you bullshit in Volume 3. And to be honest, I am kind of bullshit right now. And yeah, I want Luffy to go. I want Luffy to go into the hood.
I
Anybody
can be
who's ever
ignorant now. Okay.
anybody who's ever like walked into the wrong neighborhood, if you've made if you have friends that live in the hood, they're not bad people. It's just that they're territorial, and if somebody new come in, they don't even got to be hostile.
I mean, that's logical. Yeah.
We don't like that around here.
And that's logical, but we got to keep in mind too that One Piece isn't written for grown ass men like us.
Oh yeah,
So they deviate from logic a lot. But I feel kind of bad because you asked Dritz the question and I kind of like answered it for him. But I am curious, Dritz, why do you think that your content when it comes to One Piece has kind of shifted from theory crafting to criticisms?
Well, I don't know. I think that change happened whenever I became more disillusioned with the series towards the latter half of Whole Cake Island. There were less theories to make. I think is also another reason why is that if you look at the community right now, I think heading into Wano, there couldn't have been a period of time where there was less theories to make about the series because Wano has been talked about leading up to Wano for like 4 years consecutively, even prior to Whole Cake Island. Everyone all has the same ideas. We all know all the theories about Wano that was going on. And you can't just remake those theories going into Wano unless you just you want to be redundant to the point of being boring.
I feel like a lot of the discussion regarding One Piece started dying out when we found out, like whenever we know what island we're going to next, like literally immediately following, like when we were in Punk Hazard, as soon as we even before we even got on the ship, we knew exactly where we were headed. Dressrosa. If from Dressrosa, we knew that we were going to Zoe. From Zoe, we were supposed to go to Wano, but we found out we were going to Whole Cake. Without the mystery of where we're headed to next, what's the next island, I feel like a lot of the discussion becomes like real dry because people talk it to death to the point where there's absolutely nothing left to talk about.
I think too, theory crafting has kind of like died down a lot because in order to theory craft, like a lot of the people that theory craft are actually really smart people. They really look at the details of the story and discover things and then use logic to come up with a conclusion from those things. And I feel like in recent years, in recent years, we've seen time after time where the story just doesn't follow a sensical path. And I know it's a fantasy kind of story where there's magic and all these kinds of things, but for a story to really be cohesive, it has to stick to the rules that it sets. And we keep on having these moments that subvert our expectations unsatisfactory because they make no sense. And I think a big moment where people kind of woke up to, man, I might be wasting my time theory crafting with this series is when God Jr. ate that motherfucking donut. Like that was the moment where you kind of realize, like, what is the point in theory crafting if things that make absolutely no sense can happen in this story?
Wait, hold on. You said God Jr. ate the donut. Are you talking about Katakuri?
Yeah, is that Katakuri?
Who else is God
I
Jr.?
think that was an unexpected
So you're a
way that he
Katakuri
was going to write his character, but I don't think it didn't make sense. I just think
too many
there was
voices.
no foreshadowing.
Why does that not make sense?
No, I think it was more abrupt than it was. That doesn't make sense. It was like there's no foreshadowing that was his character.
Well, it didn't make sense because in that situation, Mama was going crazy, and God Jr. is the man to his brothers and his sisters. Mama is going crazy all over the place. He had defeated Luffy, he did not confirm the death at all. And instead of showing any emotion at all towards what was actually going on the island, he decides to make a house and go into it and lay on his ass and eat some donuts. That is not realistic. That's not logical.
That was the breaking point at all.
Yeah,
but I do think
it's for some.
If Katakuri
for you,
mom or not, he might just love like his brothers and sisters, but he might not love his mother the way he loves his brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Mama was tearing the country apart. Do you remember what on Nuts Island where she was holding up that skyscraper?
Mm-hmm.
She was killing everybody. I mean, he had even witnessed his own brother die.
But you got to remember, that's not the first time that Big Mom has ever gone on that kind of rampage. But at the same time,
that kind of rampage, yes.
Yeah, but
like she's went on rampages before, but not like
at the same time, it wasn't this specific type of rampage because it was for that wedding cake that took days to prepare.
Well, it was because they couldn't get a cure fast enough, so she went on that fast for a really, really long time.
I feel like the Marienda was one of the biggest letdowns in the series because like if we had some type of build up or at least something to allude to Katakuri having a lazy side, I feel like people would be a lot more forgiving. Hi, Snickers.
Because it was so not his personality. It was so not in his character to do something like that.
I mean, I don't know about having a lazy side, but like I think they make it apparent. Like, for instance, they put so much emphasis on it. They put so much emphasis on him being like the perfect person, but then damn.
But like, why would so this is why I don't agree. Whatever that is, control your cat.
That's Drake.
Hey, don't you talk about Snickers like that.
Don't talk to Snickers like that, Taekwondo.
Yo, someone killed that cat.
Yo, Ty, not you when you're
listen. I said control. I said control the cat. I didn't say nothing crazy.
Well, no,
man, go to the bathroom right now, fill it up, and hold that motherfucker down. We're trying to talk One Piece.
Whoa.
I got
a problem,
Vergo.
Like,
well,
this cat is like, I come home from work. And I don't got food out.
That cat is a huge fan of One Piece. He don't like us shitting on it. He's pissed.
Oh, okay, so look, so like why I don't agree with y'all. I don't agree with what y'all just said, and I don't agree with what Dottie said because
y'all ain't used to the whole Thotty thing by now.
I haven't heard it in a minute.
Ty has been calling me Thotty for a year.
Which is kind of weird, but it's whatever.
I like it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it sounds cool, man. I wish my nickname. I would have made my nickname Thotty to begin with.
Why though?
Because I run them thoughts.
No, I think oftentimes,
what are you trying to say?
I think oftentimes we forget the origin of the word thought and what it means.
Yeah, thought is that hole over there, but to be called Thotty.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, think of it like this: hoes get pimped out, but it's the pimp that runs them hoes. Thoughts get turned out, but it's Thotty that turns them hoes out.
I think wrong. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be.
I get it. When a key opens many locks, it's a master key, but when a lock is opened by many keys, the lock is broken.
What is that now?
He is calling you a thought.
Yeah, no. So hold on. Like if I'm calling him Thotty, right? And y'all are getting mad or something like that. Y'all getting offended or something like that. Are y'all jealous that I'm calling him Thotty?
Who was offended?
They want my nickname.
We're just trying to explain. We're just
calling you.
Yo, I'll rent my nickname out for $50 an hour.
We're just trying to explain to Thotty.
No. I'm just saying like any type of angle y'all try to explain it is suspect. Like just tell her. Let's get back to the stream.
Right, that's the thing. If me and Ty understand what it is, I don't know why everybody else does.
Yeah, let's get you both out of your goddamn mind.
Ty once called me daddy.
This just says gay stuff. Alright.
What are y'all on, bro?
Real quick about
somebody get their mans, bro.
Real quick about the Katakuri, like just chilling and not reporting to Big Mom what happened. It seemed like he was a right-hand man. Not like it seemed like we know he's a right-hand man, and we seen Marco, we seen him, we seen Ben Beckman. These people, we seen King just pull up and attack Big Mom's ship. Like they pretty much do what they want. You know what I mean? So it makes sense to where like Katakuri, he did what he did, and he didn't report everything to Mama.
But Ty, it was established that God Jr. had a lot of affection for his brothers and sisters, and somehow that affection went completely out the window when he thought Luffy was dead, and donuts were the priority. When it was already established that he loves his family.
If it was,
how does him why didn't he eating donuts? Brothers and sisters? Is that what you're trying
Exactly, and I can suspend my belief just enough to accept that he didn't confirm Luffy's death. I can barely suspend it, but I do understand why he might have thought Luffy was dead like that, because he probably had killed a lot of people that same exact way. What I cannot wrap my head around is after that, when the country is in the biggest crisis of its history, he decides to make a house and lay in there and eat donuts when he already saw his brother die 30 minutes ago.
He did say, hold on, he did say that they're not gonna escape Big Mom. So the way that he sees it, Big Mom.
There was no escape. It was about saving the country from Big Mom, Ty. It wasn't about saving. It was not about killing the Straw Hats at that time. The biggest crisis facing Topland at that time was Mama destroying it completely and killing her sons and daughters.
But when he did the Marienda, correct me if I'm wrong, he had already known that Big Mom was chasing the Straw Hats on the ocean at that time.
No, at that time she was on Nuts Island. At that time she was holding up the skyscraper.
Luffy kicks her in the. He kicks a Katakuri and they're in the mirror world, so he doesn't know what's going on outside.
Yeah, and they know a little bit because
in reports on what everything.
Yeah, from
I just can't remember the order of events exactly.
You're right.
She was on Nuts Island. She was on Nuts
Brule
Island.
lied and said
she wasn't chasing the Straw Hats yet.
I don't know if she lied to Katakuri too, but I remember Brule lying and telling Luffy.
My issue isn't that Katakuri just was eating donuts, prioritizing that over everything. It was just the fact that we had nothing to indicate that he was like this. If say at the the wedding, while he was doing his God Junior thing, as y'all would say it, while he's standing there looking all serious. Oh yeah, I apologize if I just.
Everybody should say it. Y'all just ain't religious.
Say if he was just standing. Say if he was standing there, with a serious face on, and we got one of those half panels where, and he looks over at the donuts, and he gets wide eyed and starts sweating, and then just looks away. And then at least we would have gotten something to, because the community picks up on every little thing and goes, "What the hell does that mean?" If we would have gotten that. And then in the mirror world during the fight, we saw him eating donuts in the middle of a fight. Okay, he gave into the urge that we saw earlier. But the fact that everything was built up to him just being a straight face, a straight laced person. I was just unsatisfied.
I think y'all gotta be more out of character. I gotta step your observation up, and y'all gotta follow the hints.
You gotta read the manga.
Because look, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't get what you're saying, because it's we kind of knew he had that side, just for the fact that, to me anyway, the way that I see it, you know what I mean, is that okay, we know, look, Luffy, the way that Luffy is, his goofy side is that he eats a lot, you know what I mean? That's and he falls asleep a lot, like him and Garp does.
Yeah, but when he's serious.
Yeah, he eats a lot and he just falls asleep a lot out of nowhere. So that's Luffy's goofy side. Okay. All of these characters is gonna have a goofy side. The donut stuff and the laying on his back, that's Katakuri's goofy side.
I remember Ty made a theory about donuts that end up being true.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Takwan.
What you guys are telling me?
Kaido being drunk is his goofy side. Big Mom, her tantrums is a goofy side.
Okay, but Ty, we got those goofy sides before anything else.
No.
With Katakuri, there was really nothing to. There was really nothing indicating
on the wrong thing. Because look, what I'm trying to say is that you expect too much simplicity. Like, you expect everybody goofy side to be up in the forefront. No, everybody goofy side doesn't have to.
No, it doesn't.
No. The thing is, it's a part of storytelling. It's a part of storytelling where you drop a hint. You drop a hint and then you make good on that. Make good on that. When you don't drop a hint, what it feels like is Deus Ex Machina.
At this point, you should know that the majority of these characters The majority of these characters have their goofy side. Look at Queen.
It's not about them
We
having
think
a
Queen is
goofy
gonna
side.
be a
It's about
girl. The
setting
next thing
them
you know,
up.
Queen.
I think what Oda was trying to do, I think Oda was trying to do it so it would be like a shock thing, right? So he gives no hints out that he's like this at all. So when the
you got to
chapter
switch it up
drops and you
some.
see him like that, it's like, damn.
But you should always.
That nigga was like
yeah,
that.
and when
What
that
I'm saying though
and when
is that
that
listen. You should always expect the unexpected though. Just because like I don't
Wait,
care
wait.
how perfect he is.
Hold on, wait,
Driz,
Todd.
wait,
Yes.
hold up.
How
Driz,
can we
Toddy,
have?
you're telling me you couldn't see that shit coming, even though they gave no indication that this man loves donuts, and they all hyped him up by
Yeah,
saying
because
That's
look,
more Tyre
Todd,
talking to. Watch
you're
it.
telling me you
I
couldn't
think
see
that
that
was
coming?
All right, wait.
Get your observation up.
Based
One at a
off-
time, guys.
Look, based
Yo.
off ganging up
That
on
was
me.
sarcasm,
Based
by the
off
way.
I got your back, Ty.
Since the majority of these characters have a goofy side, yes, I seen it coming. You know what I mean? And even if for some example, for some reason, like he was that serious dude, like he was just straight serious, like a Itachi or somebody or whatever, then cool. Luffy gets a dope fight with a completely serious person. But I was expecting something to be up because like look at Queen.
All right, Todd.
Wait.
Hold on, Todd. My issue is not him having a goofy side. It's just that when that goofy side is played into a major battle, it becomes an ex machina, especially when that goofy side is part of the reason that the battle turned against him. It becomes an ex machina. So if you don't drop any kind of hint or whatever to indicate that he is like this, it's out of character.
I think after the shit, he got more serious. After Luffy,
I don't agree with that because
he got way more serious.
Because at the same time, in the One Piece
said,
world,
if he dropped
in the One Piece world that is established, like in the One Piece world that is established up to this point, these characters are just goofy like that. Like look at Ivankov, look at all of these characters.
Okay, you're bringing up
I got it.
Ivankov might not be the best example to use.
They're from the same.
Hold on, niggas. Let me talk. What I'm trying to say is, I understand that. But there's no indication you could have known that.
Katakuri's personality is very realistic.
Ty.
In the One Piece world.
Ty, let Vergo say what he had.
Yeah, that man got mixed.
So what I was saying is, there are characters that could just be straight serious and might not have a goofy side. There's no indication they don't have a goofy side, like Crocodile, like Rob Lucci. They don't have goofy sides.
You wildin'. Now you're just trying to take the opposite stance. Okay, if you want to talk about Crocodile has his goofy side. Look, Crocodile has his goofy side that we just hasn't been revealed yet. But
Man, that is no, you can't do that.
Wait, hold on.
You can't do that, Ty.
Wait, hold on.
No, look,
That's not a good argument.
pay attention. No, here's why y'all so confused. I don't pay attention to every detail in the story.
Did y'all know that Nami can shoot Kamehameha waves? She just hasn't revealed it yet.
Listen, Crocodile is very serious, like you said. But when Ivankov goes, I ran into Crocodile when he was a rookie pirate or whatever. Ivankov said, when he was right in the ears, and then Crocodile face got all goofy looking and stuff like that. Like he was embarrassed or whatever about whatever Ivankov had to say. So all of these characters, all of them don't, but enough of them
reaction,
do.
Not a goof.
At least
not a
no,
goofy
but it's
side.
it's part of his goofy side. And this hasn't been revealed yet. And
Wait, hold up. That's not how things work.
What if
Vergo,
Ivankov said something embarrassing about him that's his goofy side being exposed? So the majority of these characters have it. Does every character have it? No.
It's not a goofy side. It's a weakness.
No, it's a goofy side.
It's not a weakness either.
He even said that I know his weakness.
No, so what if Ivankov goes, Crocodile used to be a girl or something like that? Then it turns into a good. Then it's a goofy side of them. Like a lot of characters.
Even if it was a goofy side, Ty, if it doesn't make sense to the plot, then it's not satisfying to a lot of people.
No, but
goofy or not, in a situation like that where your brother hold on, Ty. In a situation like that, in a situation like that where you just saw your brother die 30 minutes ago, your brothers and sisters rely on you. You're only doing this fight right now. You're trying to get rid of this guy out of the way as fast as possible so you can get back to saving your brothers and sisters. It does not make sense that your goofy side allows you to do something so illogical.
But
at least to some
people.
people.
He don't have confidence in his crew. At the end of the day, his crew.
Is that not like a common trope?
At the end of the day, his crew is pirates.
And Ty, you can't say that everybody has a goofy side. It's just not confirmed yet. Until
listen. You're not paying attention.
You're not
to
letting
what
me
I'm
finish.
Because don't put words in my mouth. I said the majority of these characters have a goofy side. Everyone doesn't have to have a goofy side. The majority of them does, and I already made my point, and that's a fact.
Okay, but until it's revealed, they don't have it. So when Katakuri's was revealed in the middle of a major battle, it's now an ex machina. His goofy side has become an ex machina for Luffy. It was just written to give him a way out.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
Because the majority of these characters have goofy sides.
Also, I'm gonna have to agree with Ty on this
stay
one.
woke to that.
I'm gonna have to agree with Ty on this one. Like you keep saying that there wasn't foreshadowing, but the whole arc we had niggas like Cracker.
I think the foreshadowing was that he was.
But what you didn't, what you also had was God Jr. being set up to be the most responsible, the coolest, the most level-headed character, maybe in a series.
Exactly. We see Cracker, nigga breaks nigga in half and a small nigga comes
Even
out.
Cracker, hold up.
I'm arguing on your side. Hold up. Pudding had 3 eyes. The whole arc was like about deception and shit. So this nigga Katakuri, who they're hyping up a little too much, and he's not showing his mouth. I'm like, something has to be up with that.
That's what I'm saying.
You can have subversions. You can have subversions of expectations, but doing it in a way that is satisfying and makes sense. That decision he made, like what you guys are trying to argue is that it has a goofy side and it's along the theme of the series of subverting your expectations because people have goofy quirks. That's not the issues that the rest of us have. The issues the rest of us have is that it makes no logical sense to make that decision. And you guys aren't arguing. You guys aren't arguing that it makes logical sense. You guys are only arguing that it makes sense with the themes.
Let me get it. Because everybody in the chat said it very well, and this is actually to your point, Ty. And if you would have said this, it would have been a little bit more easy to understand. What they said was he was set up as this perfect being, so he could be shut down like that in that moment, which I actually agree with.
That's the setup.
But he wasn't shut down because of that. He was just slowed down in order for Luffy to recover.
Listen. When Brulee's doing all this, she's like, "Oh my God, he came out the pussy standing up. He's a big bro." And then you see him in his moment of weakness on his back.
Ty also came up standing up.
So I can agree to that.
I mean,
but you guys are describing 2 different events. You guys are talking about, you guys are comparing the fall of God Jr. to him making a house and eating donuts while his family dies.
Yeah, I think that's Toddy's.
Those are 2 different things.
That side of him, I think
you're right
side of him coming out at that time. I just
don't think him being a goon like that was like how left field.
About most people in the story having like this goofy side, like look at Cracker. That's the second to fight.
You're still on the goofy side, but I just said you're still on the goofy side, but I just said it's not about the goofy side. It's about the illogical decision.
No, Silvers was talking about. I'm not talking to just only one person. I'm talking about everything that was said. So Silvers was talking about the goofy thing. So look, so when we get introduced to Cracker, this is another person where he goes, I hate pain or something like that. And you're like, what? Dude hates pain? Like, he pretty much says his weakness it's a goofy side of him. You know what I mean? These characters have goofy sides. And look, with Katakuri, what should be a hint is that no, that was goofy, and that was kind of stupid too. Because like, why reveal your weakness? You know what I mean?
Because villains like to talk.
Another thing, no, but now you're making excuses. Like, are y'all like, you know, this don't make excuses about what's inside the source material.
Okay, but for the sake of moving on, I'm going to concede the conversation. You are absolutely right. Every character does have a goofy side, and I'm not being sarcastic. I'm really just trying to move on.
I agree.
I want to concede too.
I agree that everybody does have a goofy side. I'm not. No, I'm frustrated because you keep cutting me off.
Oh, no.
I agree that every character has a goofy. I agree that, and you've been talking the entire stream. Ever since you walked in.
I was talking, right, and then you started cutting me off. Let me finish my point, and then we can move on. So, like, you was talking about, you don't know where it came from, like his goofy side. So one part where it came from is that his mom has a goofy side too. So this is big mom.
It's hereditary.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, like this is her son. Like why would you think like if that's his mom, like if his mom is goofy, like that, why would you think one of her sons would be perfect like that? Of course, Katakuri has a goofy side. Look at his mom. You know what I mean? So that's one part.
Sorry, I keep on thinking your phone.
My point is not that
goofy side. That does not correlate.
I
think we're getting too fixated on this goofy thing, and because of that, I don't think we're going to make much progress here. So just like it wasn't EOS. Just like Homeboy just said. Hold on. Just like Homeboy said, for the sake of like moving the conversation forward, I concede as well with this caveat. I think when it comes to One Piece, you have to suspend your sense of disbelief a little bit just to get along with the story. I think some people are capable of suspending their sense of disbelief further than others. The ones that can suspend it further are okay with some of these things that upset the rest of us. But if you can't suspend it that much, then you're going to have some issues with the writing. And I feel like a lot of times the people that are okay with some of these corny things happening, they vilify the people that don't have that sense of disbelief. They vilify and they accuse them of doing stuff like looking too deep into it, being overly critical, and just judging those people rather than really taking what they're saying into consideration and hearing why they feel disappointed. So, but we can move on because we're gonna just keep on talking about goofy shit for half an hour.
I'd just like to point out that Vergo forgot about Rob Lucci's pigeon.
My whole point
That's
was
true, that's
not
true.
that characters don't have battlefield. It was just where Katakuri's quirk was chosen to be revealed, and how that quirk turned the tide of that
I
battle.
thought we were talking about My Hero.
All right, and what?
Like,
what I was saying is that because you did say that it came out of nowhere. I'm just trying to say is that like I think it starts with his mom because look how goofy his mom is. Like he doesn't have to be fat like her, but
Yeah, we're
his
still on the
mom
goofy
craves
shit.
sweets and stuff. Like it's gonna trickle down to Katakuri.
It doesn't.
So
Like if his mom wasn't Big Mom and his mom was like more serious, then he would have been definitely more serious.
Well, here's the thing. Some of us in this community, because we all love One Piece, even if we're like not happy with the writing sometimes, we're still in love with this series. And the thing is, there's going to be some people that can contribute goofiness and say that's a good reason for all these dumb things happening. And on the other side are people like me and I'm not going to mention anybody else, but there's people like me that, man, goofiness doesn't justify some of these decisions that are going to be made. And neither side is going to change their mind. And we just got to be able to be copacetic and fucking talk about it anyway, even when we disagree.
All I disagree.
But just understand why. Just understand why the people are upset instead of telling them that they're wrong for feeling that way.
I didn't tell
telling them, not you
when
specifically, Ty, not you specifically. I'm saying in general. And instead of telling people that you're not, it's a fantasy story, or that your expectations are too high, or you're not reading the series properly, really try to understand why they are upset before you just say they're just fucked up people.
So
is all I'm saying.
All I was debating about was the part where y'all said it came up out of nowhere. Because I'm like, no, like a lot of characters.
Because we did, and we told you why we did. It's just you don't want to accept why. You are trying to give us your justification for why it makes sense, but that's not going to convince us.
You said it came out of nowhere. The One Piece that I'm familiar with. No, but the One Piece that I'm familiar with, a lot of characters have this goofy side, and then it comes from his mom too. Like it just makes sense to me. This is not something that came out the blue.
Even then, when it came out of nowhere. I think their thing is like it came at the wrong time.
Yeah, they're right to say that. I agree with what they're saying. Like it was kind of goonish for him to do that. Like when his brothers are getting killed, but I just like I don't think
the wrong time. They're saying.
Yeah, that's fine. I totally agree with that.
Yo, EOS. Is that Milestone Comic Static Shock is your profile?
They already know him. Milestone Fanatic, bro. Come on.
Bro, I was looking at that trying to figure that out. Like, yo, is that Milestone?
Milestone Comics, man.
Oh, shit.
Icon, Hardware, all of them, man. Come on. Now.
Oh,
but
damn.
Even that, like when Sanji doesn't want to hit girls, and it's to the point where he's no, still because it's multiple examples of this stuff in the story.
We get it, bro. Niggas got goofy sides, man.
Look, we gotta go back to the future at this point. It's time to end this stuff.
Hey, Vergo.
I wanted to go predictions for the next chapter.
Yeah, I was about that was my question. Like, did y'all do the chapter predictions already?
I don't even know, bro.
Damn, bro, you've been going for like an hour.
One Piece nowadays.
I mean, we've been bouncing on a bunch of different topics, but
yeah,
we can get the predictions out. I'm down to. Who wants to roll?
Honestly, like somebody just said, it's hard to predict One Piece. Personally, what I would want to do is because what Oda did with Big Mom on the way to the prison, I figure was perfect. When they first said that when Kiku first told Big Mom it's gonna take a while to get to the prison, my original thoughts, she needs to be out of the picture for at least 2 chapters. Okay, It was 2 chapters. Then we went back to them, and they were like they could see the prison in the distance. Next chapter, I either want to see things going down at the prison with Big Mom and that group, or I want to see more of the reactions from Yasu's death. I want to see how Otoko is handling this, whether she finally drops that smile on her face, or other characters meeting up with each other. Maybe Zoro's group goes into Kuri and Momonosuke meets up with his sister. Even though both of them did say, I want to wait until after the battle, but it seems like both of them are taking place in overthrowing Orochi and Kaido, so why not just meet up anyway? But yeah, those are the things that I would personally like to happen. Anybody want to go next?
I think we're gonna focus, basically on we're gonna be in the prison for I think at least 2 chapters. We might, cut to Zoro and them, but I think for the next 2 chapters, we're gonna be in the prison. We're gonna see what's going on. I think Luffy's gonna finally do the advanced hockey thing that he's been working so hard on. I think we're finally gonna see the guy in the prison. I forget his name. The guy in the guy that we've been, what'd you say?
No, Kawamatsu.
Kawamatsu, yes.
Same thing.
We're gonna see him in the flesh. We're gonna see him. I'm bad with names, man. Yeah, we're gonna be in the prison for a while, bro. For at least 2 chapters.
I'm hoping Kawamatsu is a Greninja type fishman. I really am.
At this rate, he probably is.
Yeah, a fishman who knows ninjutsu.
From the moon.
People on Wano isolates. I don't think he's any fish. I don't think Fishman can get on Wano.
I mean, they called him a kappa. I mean, and at the same time, the minks got in there. For all we know, there was like years ago, some fish people crashed in Wano, had a child, and they just settled there because we know the Kozuki are open.
So the fish just went in there fucking everybody, huh?
Nah. The fish people are already. The fish people are a couple. The fish people are they're a couple. It's not invasion of the body snatchers or some shit like that. Nah, that's some scary shit.
Well, he's probably a mink or a fishman, unless he's just a kappa the way they have it, like a monster.
Maybe that's just like a source.
A kappa is a type of like frog person, so that's why I'm going with the fishman and the Greninja like thought.
I think that's just a source style, man.
Yeah, but they said that in his appearance, like they really call him a kappa, and he's okay with it. So that's why I'm thinking he might be a fishman,
or he could just be ugly,
That too. I mean, but how many badass people have we had like that have been overly ugly? Oh wait, never mind. I retract that statement.
Exactly.
I really just hope, and it would really, really, really ruin it for me if Zoro just fucked everything Yasui just did up and attacked the Shogun.
I mean, would that really fuck?
Yeah, it's not gonna mess it. Like the Zoro.
That's just the Straw Hat Pirates in Wano attacking. That doesn't really say anything about the Kozuki coming back. Unless Zoro opens his mouth on some Luffy shit like, yeah, I'm working with the Kozuki and we're gonna fucking kill you.
But like the whole point is for them to go back to being covert and those prisoners getting released. And I feel like just fucks everything up if he attacks Shogun.
As long as Zoro takes care of himself, though, I don't really care what he does as long as he doesn't get captured. You know what I mean? And even if he does get captured, worst case scenario, he'll be with Luffy. But I don't think he'll get captured.
Is anybody expecting Law to fuck things up? Because he said he's going to get his crew back at any cost, and when he sees how banged up they are, I think he might have some issues.
I mean, I'm probably gonna punch my computer screen if I see it's the first.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are gonna act
Law's been very calculated. Start the rebellion early. Law's been very calculated up until this point, so I don't know if he'll like slip up like that, like just like do something like you know how Luffy went in on Kaido at the start of the arc.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Law would do nothing like that. Like, Bethel, how can I do that to him?
I mean, all the secondary characters, I feel like the only character on Team Luffy that would do something as stupid as do something that sparks a rebellion before the plan is Luffy himself. I don't think any of the secondary characters, no matter what happens, will do something so stupid as to sacrifice the plan they've
You gotta
been.
think about how Zoro back in
towards.
Sabaody. Do you remember when he almost fucking cut down a celestial dragon?
I think Zoro would do some dumb shit.
I mean, that was just because Zoro don't step to him.
What's his incentive to do that now?
Well, he seemed
because
very
he's not
angry.
emotionally invested. He's not
No,
emotionally
he is.
invested.
He seemed
in
no.
this.
He,
He's very invested. He was freaking out when he heard he got caught.
When he seen the guy died and the people was laughing, he was like,
Yeah,
like,
he
what's
did
wrong
get-
with y'all? Like he was
yeah,
getting
he
mad.
did.
When he was arguing Shinobu, he was like, "Oh, my niggas would never tell." Like, you know,
He was like, yo,
right.
this isn't funny. Like, what are y'all laughing about?
And when we were in Ebisu Town, I'm not gonna say he made a connection with those people, but he actually did show some type of, I guess you'd say, emotion towards them and their whole outlook on things.
And then we're seeing the connection in the flashback with Zoro's master, but I'm pretty sure at this point Zoro's starting to realize, his master's from Wano or whatever. So like Zoro's like he's invested enough to wild out and go crazy. But it just seems like I think X Drake is there and Hawkins is there. And the Shogun's there, so I think he's kind of outclassed right now unless Law is around too. Like Zoro's not beating 3 people.
And going back to Ty, what you said about Law being calculating and you don't think and not like going wild like that. If you read the Law novel, Law and his crew, especially Beppo, Sachi, and Penguin, they've known each other since they were kids. Like they're just as close, if not closer, than Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates. And we saw how angry Luffy got when he thought his crew was massively fucked when Kaido like exploded the castle.
Yeah, but Law is
how
smarter than like I think the story shows us though that Law is smarter than Luffy. Like I think Law will do it in a way where like he's gonna save his crew and save himself too. Like
oh yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just
Luffy does it in a way where like he'll like he's not really thinking that smart like that. Like Law, the only problems I see for Law is that remember when Law said they accused his crew. Well, this isn't what Law said, but Law said something like this. I'm just gonna use it.
With Shinobu.
Law said they accused his crew of snitching.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
So,
I remember.
But then Law said he was like, that's enough of these Kazuki people and their problems. I'm not focusing on them anymore. I'm only worried about Kaido now or whatever. So Law's only focusing on him and Luffy. He don't really care about them anymore. So like that might cause an issue where like maybe Law can help them, but he doesn't.
I think they're gonna get over it soon.
Maybe there'll be some tension there.
Law bailed out of the alliance because he's still trying to take out Kaido.
No, he didn't say anything with Luffy, but he said no more with the Kazuki people and their problems, which was another thing I think that with Sanji, when Sanji wanted to stay and fight Page 1, Law's like, yo, like nah, let's go, but Sanji wanted to stay back and fight. So Law supposedly he says he's done helping out the Kazuki though, so we don't know how that's gonna play into this.
He didn't say he was done helping them out. He was just throwing out the. He just made the comment that an alliance without trust isn't an alliance, and he went to go save his people.
And didn't he say something that like he's done caring about?
Nah.
He was just like, yo, like don't call my niggas snitches, bro. Like
and he walked out to go save him. But you also got to remember, Law is calculating and he is smart and he knows how to keep his temper. But remember when he came face to face with Doflamingo, everything else went out the window. Sanji even Sanji even made the comment, you seem hyper focused on Doflamingo rather than the overall plan. So when it comes to laws and when it comes to like massive things that have to do with Law, I think that he does have the capability to go a little too far in his emotion, especially. And if you look at Doflamingo, now give him people that he cares about, and put them in a dying situation. I think Law does have the capacity to like go ape shit.
I was gonna say like Law, like there is no question to me, like Law's clearly smarter than fucking Luffy. Like
absolutely.
But like Law, especially as the bloke, has this tendency to be a fucking hypocrite. Where like in the same vein, he's telling Nami and Usopp, like you guys should be ready to die instead of the friend. And when it comes to his crew, he's willing to throw away the fucking plan to save themselves. Like which is good. He should do that as a captain, but like keep that same energy, guy. You know what I mean?
I feel like this is getting ready to lead into a Hans Law slander pack.
No. I'm gonna be serious today, even though I do hate Law, but I'm not gonna go into that.
Bro, gamma knife.
Also, welcome Hans and welcome Hemmings.
What's up?
Congrats, by the way.
Thanks, man. You're almost at 1,200. Thanks, congrats to you too.
Oh, you got the 600 subs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What?
What?
I've never been in like my last 6 streams.
Oh, look at this nigga, bro.
I've been getting some more subs
did my
more than
thing.
haven't been here.
No, you're welcome.
Fuck out of here.
Can I do my predictions?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Nigga, I done told you what's up like 3 times since you got it.
I ain't hear you, bro. What's good with you, man?
Man, not much. Just living. I'll fill you in on some shit later.
All right, bro.
But as far as like what I think is gonna happen, the thing about One Piece is, like I said, it's really hard to predict because honestly, I don't think things have been making a lot of sense lately in terms of decisions. For instance, Queen first of all, capturing Luffy and then putting him in prison made no sense to me. And then training Luffy for his execution, they are literally training Luffy with probably the best training he's ever had in his life. Who could have called that? But what I think could happen and what I hope happens, because the thing is, we haven't had a lot of action of late, and Oda and the editors have to understand that, and they know that niggas like us want action. I think something big has to happen action-wise, and what I hope that it is that the goddess finally reaches the prison, and when she gets in there, she realizes
when did Boa get here?
That's who he's
Boa. Why are you talking about the second finest girl in the series, nigga?
You're bugging.
When the goddess gets to the prison, I think she's gonna see that it's gonna cause a ruckus, obviously, and she's gonna notice. She's gonna find out that there's none of these balls to eat. And from what we've seen, her tantrums are triggered when she desires a food and doesn't get it. So I think a tantrum is gonna happen, and during that tantrum, a whole bunch of like pandemonium is gonna happen, where a lot of prisoners get freed. They free that nigga in the dark. And things are just going crazy, so people are able to get their handcuffs and everything taken off, maybe their collars off. I think she's going to take down Queen easily in classic mama fashion. She's going to fuck Queen's life.
Toddy, I need you to rephrase some of this because there were so many giggities in that sentence. It sounded like
so many giggities.
I live in the gig. I live in the gig.
It sounded like you were describing somebody breaking into an orgy, bro. I'm holding back the laughs.
Nigga, I just took out a loan for a 2019 gig. I live in the gig. Hold on. I'm almost done. With the prediction. It's only like one more sentence. And I think after she takes down Queen, someone miraculous because of Deus Ex Machina, as One Piece is known for, someone's miraculously going to come up with one of these food items or whatever. They're going to give it to her, and that subsides her rage or something like that.
All right, let me ask you a question, because I know you got a special relationship with Big Mom, aka Mama G, right?
Man, I die for that woman.
I was to know how you.
Alrighty then.
All right.
I would die for you.
Will die for a fictional character.
I want to know how you feel about like how she's being handled and portrayed in Wano, because I was like,
why are you even asking me that? You just want some jokes.
No, I just know. I really want to know.
She's being handled great, in my opinion.
Y'all
mind.
Ty, is there anything in One Piece you don't like, nigga?
So hold on, no. Look, it's stuff about One Piece that I don't like, and when this stuff happens, I mention it. But
I didn't even ask you, Ty.
That was out of nowhere.
Listen, as far as me saying that Big Mom is being handled great, and y'all laughing, like y'all minds are so simple, it's actually funny. Like, what I'm saying,
yeah, y'all don't like everything I like, so y'all must be stupid.
Jay Hudson said Toddy's a Septimus Prime.
No, it's like, can you? All right, so let me ask you a question. So I'm saying that Big Mom has been portrayed good, and y'all are laughing. Like, what's so bad about how she's being portrayed? Let's really talk about it, and we'll see what's funny.
Okay, we can do that by answering the question.
Check this out, chat. People in the chat, check this out.
I feel like I don't have a problem with what he's doing.
Man, even the nigga that asked me the question is hijacking my answer.
Hey, Virgo, I'm about to go. I'm about to go. My sister prom today. I'm about to go see her off at the toast off. Take it easy, y'all.
All right, kill that cat, bro.
Peace.
Hey, that was Dritz, not me.
That was Grits.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Dritz. Oh,
Damn.
Dritz killed. Thank you.
The only problem I don't really have a problem with how Big Mom's being handled. I will have a problem.
Man, what the fuck?
Is if Big Mom is going to be used to make the Straw Hat's job on Wano easier. So with that being said, like how do you feel about this whole thing? Where you think it's gonna go? All that.
Got it. So
what the fuck is happening?
Yo, listen. If he's talking to you,
Yo, I was joking when I said I'd rent out my name, y'all.
Peep the energy change when I tried to talk about it, y'all. Peep that. He was like, okay, now we don't got a problem with like it's if Big Mom makes the Straw Hat jobs easier.
I mean, I was gonna say that before you jumped in. So like.
No. I'm just saying totally different. Like at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that like y'all changed what you said. First, y'all made it seem like Big Mom has been a problem already. Now you changed it. Now it's cool that you changed it. I'm just saying is that
I was laughing about what Jay Hudson said.
For the chat might be a little confused right now. I just want to let you guys know that no, I have not answered the question yet. But go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
That's what I'm laughing at, bro. Like, every time like Toddy wants to answer, it's
every time I start talking, Ty starts talking, I start talking.
Well, I asked the question. I didn't get to finish setting the question up.
It was hard, like
me finishing what I was gonna say. Like I'm confused, man.
Is it my turn?
Anyway, fuck Han.
Just answer, Toddy.
You're welcome.
Okay. So as far as Big Mom being used as essentially a plot device to make this whole rebellion easier, that in and of itself, I do not see an issue with. I don't think it was ever really possible for them to do it alone. With even if Whitebeard's forces came over after, I don't see them having the forces necessary to take down all these big names. But my issue with my issue with Big Mom is the way that they are using her as a plot device. I think one, she could have come in a lot later in the arc and serve the same kind of purpose without giving us all these moments where we kind of have to roll our eyes and suspend our disbelief all the way to the ground. The fact that Mama, who is impervious to everything, got wet and hit her head and lost her memory is one of the dumbest things I've actually seen in this series. It goes against everything she's been set up to do.
She's a devil fruit user though, so it makes sense.
I understand that, but amnesia at this perfect ass moment, it doesn't make sense. And also, when it comes to Big Mom and her forces, we also have to set aside our disbelief as to what the fuck these niggas are doing right now. I don't know where the Big Mom pirates are, why they are not taking action, why they're not. They have devil fruit users that can damn near teleport around, and no one is out there searching for this woman. So I have issues with the execution of Big Mom rather than her purpose.
Well, just because you didn't see them do.
Who is Charlotte Linlin, and where did you come from?
Vergo, can you ask me that question when you're done skydiving?
That's not me.
Let me ask you this question.
Someone's in a wind tunnel.
How do you know that her crew is not doing nothing? I get it that we didn't get an update on what their crew is doing, but what if they come soon and they you don't know what her crew is doing?
Because so much time has passed in terms of like Vergo, I'm having a horrible time hearing you, my dude. As far as like the Big Mom crew, they could be doing something important. That is fine, but the problem is
unmute yourself, nigga. Like your background noise, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why you muted something. Unmuted himself.
The problem is so much time has passed since Mama got amnesia. The fact that no one's been seen anywhere on the island by anyone kind of suggests that they're not doing much to recover Mama. It's almost as if they've given up hope that she's even alive, which is absurd because her homies should be alive, which suggests that she's still alive.
Well,
so they're not taking any action.
We did hear what's her name? Smoothie say, this is Big Mom, like, she's all right.
Yeah, and why are they not searching for her? She's on a Yonko's island right now.
I don't think they know where to look. I think that's the main thing.
Well, at least start looking. No one has seen these niggas. We got people that can travel through mirrors and shit.
Whether she was dead or not, like that to me signifies how they feel about their captain.
I think they're trying
like
to
going lost. Like I want to be the leader.
No one thought like their first idea wasn't to search. Their first idea is, well, that big bitch is dead. Who the fuck is Captain now? Like that's yeah. I don't want to get into it.
All right, no,
they don't
look,
think
you
she's
have
dead.
a
Well, they
point,
know
but
she's not dead.
you have a point,
you know.
but the person, in my opinion, who thought about that was weak. Like the people in charge, like Smoothie was like, no, this is Big Mom. Like she's alive still, you know. Like like Big Mom isn't no weakling or nothing like that. So you know, like it's problems in her weaker rank, but as far as category, Smoothie and Cracker goes, I think they're like loyal to Big
Category's
Mom.
not there. That's the biggest problem.
No,
Not
I
there.
know he's not there, but I
Are
mean,
you come to beat up my mom?
I know category's not there, but I mean, like as far as her sweet commanders go, like they're loyal and stuff like that. Because Smoothie wasn't like
told Luffy he was gonna come back.
Smoothie wasn't like, oh, if anybody should be, it should be me. Smoothie was like, nah, Big Mom is alive. Like what are you
She
talking
knows
about?
she's not gonna be no captain. Even Big Mom did die.
No, but that's not the point. The point is though, you know how this thing goes. Like if everybody was fiending to be captain, she would have been like, I'm gonna be captain. Crack would have been like, no, me. Category would have like, they would have been fighting over it. Smoothie's like, nah.
How you know they all want to be captain?
All comfortable.
I know Category.
I think Sparrow would be the biggest. No, he's Big Bro. So I think
Sparrow
would
probably be the captain.
Well, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk
Sparrow
about
and
like.
Katakuri.
I don't want to talk about what because we don't know, but what I'm
Yeah,
saying
we don't
is
know.
that her confidence in Big Mom saying like, you know, like nah, normal logic doesn't apply. This is Big Mom. She's alright.
Because she's useless.
I don't think that's a universal trait for especially all of her commanders. Like her commanders don't all feel that way. Like Smoothie might, but like we know Katakuri don't for a fact.
No, we know this is the thing too, and I 100% disagree with that because like y'all be on this. He's gonna turn on Big Mom or all this.
I'm
like
not
category show. No, I'm not saying.
I'm not
directly.
even
I'm talking
going
about
that
the
far. I'm
majority
just
of the
saying,
people,
like,
but I'm talking
based
about
on
category. From
Yeah,
what
no,
I seen, category is Big Mom. Like he's like the Zorro. He's like the Ben Beckman. He's not. He's not doing nothing unloyal to Big Mom. Like he's a great.
I'm not saying that he's gonna stab his mom in the back like the fucking Kingslayer. All I'm saying
That doesn't mean he has
that
to give
Katakuri
two fucks about it.
does not fuck with his mama.
Yes, he does.
For a fact. No, he does.
I don't think it's not. I think he doesn't care about his mom.
That's why I don't agree with y'all because look, y'all make it seem like Big Mom is keeping him prisoner. At the end of the day, like he's in a crew with his brothers and sisters and his mom. Like he's good.
Like we know, like no one is going as far as saying that the niggas gonna fucking cause a mutiny and take over the crew and do all of this.
But you're saying something that like show me the panels where like tell me what pages are the panels where it says he doesn't.
You gonna come back and beat up my mama? Like that happened.
All right, but you're taking that out of.
I don't think he like hates.
You're taking
his mom.
that out of context. But he's asking. He's asking because look, that's the crew he's on. He's already defeated at this point. It's nothing he could do. So he's like, yo, are you gonna come back and beat Big Mom?
don't care about that,
Luffy's like, yeah. So he's just asking to figure out like what. Remember, Luffy wants to be Pirate King.
To you with somebody that fucks with his mama.
Yes, because all right, look, you're looking at it as like no, look, you're looking at it, and a lot of people looked at it as like, okay, this is Katakuri pretty much saying like, you know, he's enslaved by Big Mom and all stuff like that. Luffy gonna come back and beat her, but that's not what I seen. What I seen is like, you know how Pedro goes. Luffy's gonna become the Pirate King, and you know how Sanji says it, you know how Jinbei says it. When he asks Luffy like, "Are you gonna come back here and pretty much beat a Yonko?" And Luffy's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you can see pretty far into the future." That's like Luffy's determination, like how far he's willing to go.
But
it's nothing about not being loyal to Big Mom. He just wanted to. So all right, look. So say like if you beat say like the Rock in the Stone Cold. So let's just say like the Rock is the second strongest wrestler and Stone Cold's the strongest wrestler, and you beat the Rock. And
man,
the Rock
that nigga
is like,
took it back 20 years, didn't he?
The Rock is like, hold up, are you gonna come back and lay it the SmackDown on Stone Cold? And you like, yeah.
This nigga said Stone Cold. That nigga's like 86.
It doesn't mean that the Rock is not cool with the WWE anymore. He just want to know, like, wow, you think you that good? You're gonna come back and try to beat Stone Cold, like. So look, so if I'll make one more point and leave it. So you see how even though what happens, Smoothie's like, this is Big Mom, she's okay. Katakuri probably thinks the same thing, like, like, okay, he has nothing to worry about if Luffy fights Big Mom because he knows how strong his mom is. He just wanted to act like he's just trying to like check Luffy's temperature and kind of see like what type of time Luffy was on. That's the way that I read it.
Could you imagine though if like while Zoro was fighting Pika, let's say somehow Pika won in like an extreme diff fight, and then Zoro all of a sudden was like, "Oh, are you gonna beat Luffy next?"
Like,
wait, what you said about Pika?
They have an
Could you
extreme
imagine,
dip
like,
fight.
Pika, like,
Pika ends
And
up
then he
beating
lays down and
Zoro in extreme
smiles.
dip?
Yeah, bro.
And
Except
then
the
Pika
Like,
says, "Are you
So
gonna come back and beat Luffy?"
so with Katakuri smile at the end of the fight, you gotta understand like kind of I've
I
been
think it's
checking like
great.
I didn't even need to check this out to understand this, but I've been checking out Romy Kenshin. I'm like up to like episode 60 something or whatever. But like in Romy Kenshin, y'all know that he chose to never kill anybody again. A lot of his opponents,
Yeah.
he doesn't kill them. He beats them up real bad, and they change their ways in the fight. Luffy changed Katakuri because he before that Katakuri never wanted to fall on his back, even though he would in private. So like Luffy, it's one of those type of fights where like Katakuri's just relieved, but Luffy definitely beat him at that point in the story, like where what happened, like
Now
he
he
was
wants
defeated.
Luffy to blow his back out.
He was just
Just real quick
smiling
about
because
that Rurouni Kenshin example. I just
Yeah.
want to say that in Rurouni Kenshin, that nigga might not have killed anybody instantly, but some of them niggas died from their injuries in a week. Like I saw one nigga whose entire chest was caved in.
Nah, yeah,
You know that nigga ain't
he was
making it
messing
till
them up. He
Christmas.
said he's not making it.
He ain't.
Look, Romy Kenshin is like, look, as long as I don't kill you directly, so like what happens in the ICU, son.
You smile later while I'm not around. I'm not responsible.
Oh yeah, but it was one of those type of fights where like you know Luffy changed Katakuri's life pretty much for the better because and it's one of those things too that I believe like I don't think Katakuri is gonna ever betray Big Mom, but I do think that like you know it's one of those things like you know like in those mangas where like they be like if under different circumstances we could have been friends. I think it's like that with Luffy and Katakuri. Like, under different circumstances they could have been friends. So look, so like if in the future, right? Like let's just say that Katakuri is on Wano, right? If this is probably why Katakuri's not there because Wano went and worked. They're kind of still enemies on Wano. But,
Yeah, Katakuri's on life support.
But then it depends though because Big Mom lost her memory. But let's say there's a situation where like you know Luffy's with Katakuri and Big Mom is not the enemy. Like it's just a different enemy. They can be friends. So I think that in the future they'll team up. I don't think they're gonna he's gonna betray Big Mom though.
I honestly think that what is going to happen, and this is just a theory, is that they are going to start rushing the series so fast that a lot of these plot lines are never even going to be tied up. And that's one I don't even think is going to be tied up. What Guy Jr. really intended by asking that question, I feel like the series is going to move so fast after Wano that we'll just be theory crafting that shit till 2096.
I think I don't think Oda wants to write it for 2 more years. Bro. I think he's trying to hurry it up.
I do too. I think that's a big reason why the writing has been falling so short lately is because he is rushing a lot of things.
What I think is gonna happen, or what I want to happen, is for Luffy to either fight Queen because they was saying that like Queen is gonna get mad once Queen finds out the food is gone or the snacks is gone or once Queen finds out what happened to Kamurasaki or whatever her name is. So I want to see that, and if not that, I want to see Luffy versus Big Mom. I think what'll be good is that
God.
Yeah, I think what. So here's the thing, like
please,
I don't.
You're breaking me.
So listen, like strategy. I'm good at strategy and like just the strategy of it. Big Mom, like I don't care pretty much what happens to Big Mom while she's here because she's nerfed. This is not like they did it to an unnerfed Big Mom. Just like when Jinbei did what he did, you didn't do that to a regular Big Mom. You did that to a nerfed Big Mom. So I don't really care about that. But like if Luffy was to fight as strong as Luffy is now, he has a chance of fighting this nerfed Big Mom and beating her. And this is the perfect opportunity for him to like fight this nerfed Big Mom and perfect the hockey technique that he's working on. Because he said that this technique should be able to pierce Kaido's tough scales. And I know Big Mom is not Kaido, but they have similar abilities. I think like Oda Yonko is going to be at that tier where you're going to have to use
Kaido
that
has scars. Mama has pores in the skin. And
No,
if Luffy fights,
you got that
they said that Big Mom has never
Mama,
been damaged before. Is what they say. Like she's hard to be damaged. So I'm pretty sure that like Kaido's stamina and like how Luffy said he hit Kaido but it didn't damage him. Luffy pretty much said that this technique might be able to damage Kaido. I'm pretty sure when Capone goes, he never seen Big Mom be damaged. I'm pretty sure that technique can damage Kaido. It can damage Big Mom too. And this would be Luffy's chance to like to try to close the gap between Kaido by fighting this nerf Big Mom and perfecting that technique. Because I'm pretty sure that like if Rayleigh fought Kaido or Big Mom. I'm not saying Rayleigh wins, but I'm pretty sure Rayleigh will be able to damage them because he can do that technique.
Ty, don't.
So
I've been
Luffy
I'm trying to be nice today.
So Luffy versus a nerf Big Mom. Luffy versus a nerf Big Mom. And Luffy training and Luffy winning because it's a nerf Big Mom.
that would bridge the gap between like because this nerf Big Mom she's not Kaido level. She's nerfed, and then she's probably
she's not nerfed yet.
No, she lost her memory. She's nerfed.
She's lost her memory, but what's that? We haven't seen anything that
know.
indicates she's lost her strength.
But listen. We don't even know. We don't even know if she has her hockey or what's with her because.
I don't think she like. Yeah,
so look, at the end of the day,
remember how to
though,
use hockey.
this is simple. So it's like she's definitely not Kaido level without her memory, and she's definitely not Katakuri level without her memory. So she's somewhere like
why? I don't understand why.
She's nerfed. Like matter of fact,
I see her using her devil fruit. I'm pretty sure she's nerfed.
We haven't seen anything that indicates that she's.
I know, but Napoleon's not talking anymore.
Matter of fact, it's a chance that she's still stronger than Katakuri because she's nerfed, but she's definitely not on Kaido level. So she's in a good midway point where Luffy can beat her in a high diff fight, and Luffy can bridge the gap. All right, listen. You don't have to be on it. You don't have to.
The that we've seen from
you don't have to. You don't have to because I'm almost finished. You don't have to agree with me. Just let me finish what I think.
Yeah,
I didn't cut you off. All right, listen. So she's at a good level to me anyway, in between like right hand man and a Yonko, to where Luffy can beat her in a high diff fight, and still train a bit, and he can that can like be that can be what can push him to actually stand a chance against Kaido. Is that he beat Katakuri, he beat a nerf Big Mom, and then when he fights Kaido, he's stronger.
You know, I actually don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Can I?
Sure.
Okay, so the thing about Big Mom being nerfed is I would understand why you guys would say she was nerfed if we hadn't seen what she's capable of. But the thing is, when it comes to Big Mom's feats, from what the feats, which by the way are amongst the strongest in the series, is anybody else like kind of lagging out a little bit?
No, everything is good.
Okay. But when it comes to the feats that we've seen, a lot of them did rely on her devil fruit, but at the same time, a lot of them didn't. It was just her sheer strength.
Luffy learned a technique that can possibly damage Kaido, so it can possibly damage Big Mom too. Is what I'm saying. Like it's okay if her skin is still tough like that. Like Luffy learning something that
damaging them. I can get behind damaging them. I can get behind damaging her. What I can't get behind is him flat out beating her.
I said in a hard fight.
In any fight, I don't see him defeating a Yonko right now.
Hold on. Another thing that I want to mention is that I don't care about people's I don't care about people's perception, because what people will do if Luffy beats, I think Big Mom is the strongest Yonko, but if Luffy beats Big Mom in its nerf state, people will be like, Big Mom's the weakest. They'll joke about it and stuff like that. But to me, that doesn't mean that. Like, obviously, if she's beaten a nerf state, it's because she can't be beaten in an unnerf state.
But it would also, what it would also do for the story too is kill the hype of a Yonko and probably Yonkos in general.
Because wait. Let me explain it. Since this was my idea anyway, just let me explain this. Like, if Luffy beats Big Mom under these circumstances, he will fight her again in the fifth fight in the future. So don't worry about that. Like, she'll get her moment to where it's unnerved Big Mom versus Luffy. But for right now, to help beat Kaido, that might be what happens. That she might be used as a because put it like this, like Katakuri was pretty much used as a stepping stone to bridge the gap some, so he can get his observation better. They might use Big Mom as a stepping stone, but as a temporary one.
Nerfed or not,
make Big Mom work with them. I think that's
nerfed or not. The defeat of a Yonko kind of de-hypes that person, and I can give you an example too. You said it won't, but an example is Mama was as nerfed as wherever.
The way the community. Wait. I just want to say this. The way the community is.
I wanted to say something earlier too, but you wanted to finish your point. But Mama was nerfed as much as we're ever going to see her in the series. And all Jinbei did was land a hit on her and knock her back 200 feet. And the Discord went crazy against.
But Oda don't care about the people in the Discord, though. He's not.
It doesn't matter. It's still. He knows, and his editors know that it will de-hype. It would still de-hype that Yonko, and I feel like it's too early for Luffy to defeat even a nerf Yonko.
Another thing with Oda,
he's nerfed even further than that.
I don't think it de-hypes Big Mom as much as it adds hype to Jinbei. Like,
exactly.
We can understand the certain.
No, but it did de-hype her.
That's just niggas in Discord.
Niggas probably just came to you saying shit, Toddy, because they know you love her.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, no. Generally speaking, even when I wasn't around, when I was listening to streams, even like when we listened to the white people stream and shit, they would talk about how it was.
Oda likes playing with your perception.
You be talking shit about Big Mom.
Oda likes
But like,
playing with
I
y'all.
feel like,
Oda
I
likes
didn't mean to
playing
say. I didn't mean it like
No,
that.
no, but you said what
You know,
you
all the
think.
Black One Piece people are like in the same community. The white
if
ones
Oda
you,
is
likes
just
playing with
97.
Oda.
I
Oda
love
likes
white
playing
people. I'm
with
half white.
people's. Oda likes playing with people's perception, like it's putting good or bad, or is this
yeah,
girl
it's not,
Kamumasaki or not? So at the same time, Oda wouldn't care if y'all think Big Mom was weak, because when it's time for him to make her not nerfed and she's a monster, y'all gonna be like, oh, we was
yeah,
sleeping on Big Mom. Oh snap! Like yo, like
and I
so.
feel like what Ty's getting at with this whole there like there is no question Kaido has to go down this arc.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
and if Oda does this thing and uses Big Mom as an opportunity to bridge the gap between Luffy and Kaido, like I'm fine with that if she's nerfed. Like it'll make more
Yeah, me
sense
too.
But
to him.
defeating her,
I
It's
don't
full on
think
but you
defeating.
keep saying defeat her like it's
After
her.
this nigga has been
Understand that if
locked
she's
up
nerfed.
and
Hold
eating
on,
mud, this nigga has been eating mud for 2
No, but
weeks.
he's
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Another thing that I want
Toddy's
to
right.
point out
Nerf or
too.
not, that'd be really bad.
Another thing that I want to point out too is that he just ate recently, so he's pretty much at full health, pretty much, because he just finished eating.
Full
And hold
health,
on,
nigga. This is not Final Fantasy 6.
no, the way Luffy
Niggas
is
don't.
when he
You don't
eats
just
something, he
eat.
gets his
You
energy
don't
back.
eat and get all your strength back
Oh no,
after
no.
being
In
a
He
One
had
Piece,
prisoner
rest
yeah,
at
for
you
night.
do.
two.
In One Piece, yeah,
He
you
had
do.
rest and he ate.
Yeah, in One Piece you do. You're
Hold on. Like so wait. Y'all gotta know the difference of like
Nigga, you
hold on.
drink
Look.
milk and get teeth.
Look, y'all gotta know the difference of that. Like Big Mom, look, the only Big Mom, the only time it matters when Big Mom loses when she's not nerfed. A nerfed Big Mom doesn't. It's like y'all gotta get over it. Like y'all can't be so upset that we can't bear Big Mom losing in any way. Nerfed or not. It's like no, if nerfed Big Mom loses, so what? At least she didn't lose at full power.
I mean, you can't just say so what to anything that would be
So check this out.
dissatisfying. And the fact
Let's go to
is, if
Naruto.
Mama if Mama is
Naruto,
the
right?
first Yonko to fall, regardless, if Mama falling, whether she's nerfed or not, she will be the first. It will be the first. It will be the first. Sorry, Virgo, I couldn't hear you. But if Mama were to go down, she would be that would be the first time we had ever seen a Yonko vulnerable and defeated. And I'm sorry, it would just be too dissatisfying if Mama, because she lost her memory, was defeated by Luffy, and she goes down as the first Yonko that was ever defeated. Well, of course, me, but I think a lot of people are in agreement because they set up Mama to be of a certain stature, and the idea of her going down to a starving Luffy is insane.
That'd be really disrespectful.
Look,
that'd be really disrespectful.
you're focusing on the
Wait,
wrong
too many
thing.
people. Too many people, guys.
I've
Hey,
been
look, you're
trying to
focusing on the
take
wrong thing.
10 minutes. Can I speak now?
Go ahead.
I think like we can beat her in a way where it's not like Big Mom got her ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like Luffy could get a W over Big Mom in a context where it's not a real fight anyway, but he's still
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like more training than
like,
a real fight.
Like two things can be true. Like we can defeat Big Mom so Luffy's in a position so he could beat up Kaido and still go back and defeat Big Mom fairly. You know what I'm saying?
Future, yeah.
No, why would anybody even want to see Big Mom fight again if
Then
Luffy's weak ass
you know how Big
took
Mom
her
is
down?
mad already. Do you know how mad Big Mom will be if Big Mom is like, what? Luffy used me for training to beat Kaido.
Yeah, but I think
she'll
that's
be
not
mad.
the play that Oda's setting up. I think Oda's setting up like Lin trying to be an
You mean Olin?
Olin, whatever. Is that they even changed their name? Bro. That's what I'm saying. Like they're trying to team up. It's not gonna be but it's not gonna be them fighting, bro. It's gonna be her on the side. And if
anybody, Queen and Mama fight.
I think Big Mom and Kaido take each other out. But that's like a little theory I have on the side.
Well, Kaido can't take out Mama. Let's not get ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
And at the same time, Luffy doesn't even have to beat Big Mom. He just has to practice his technique on her. Because he's a Yonko.
Have we talked about this enough, boys?
Hold on, wait. I want to mention one thing. So like in Naruto, right? When Kisame and Itachi, they used that thing and it was like 20% of their strength, and then my guy opened the gate on Kisame and he beat Kisame. Like that's like beating a nerf Kisame. That's like beating a nerf Itachi. That did not kill Itachi hype whatsoever because it's like, okay, you didn't really beat them. Now they was nerfed. You know what I mean?
But okay, if we're using examples from other series, and Dora the Explorer, when Boots went Super Saiyan and beat the fuck out of
Okay,
Slifer,
but
no one was
that
satisfied.
that doesn't happen. That doesn't
I don't
happen in
remember, I
Dora
don't
the
remember that.
Explorer. But we all can agree.
Well,
that,
we
hold on.
all like wiped
That
it out of our memories because
if
it was so wet.
if anything, if anything, that made Kisame even more hype when Mike God opened the gates on him just for 20%. You know what I mean? Like, and Itachi was still hype. Like that didn't kill a hype. Like just because like it depends. Like you can't be so focused on win or loss because One Piece is more deeper than that. You gotta focus on like what happens around it. And like what I'm saying is that if Big Mom loses that way, it doesn't really matter because look like in Whole Cake Island, right? The reason why Big Mom was nerfed, was because the major arc villain was Katakuri. Katakuri was the major arc villain for Whole Cake Island. Big Mom was just the strongest villain, but Katakuri was a major arc villain. And since we got to focus on one major arc villain at a time.
Yo, Santos and Chat said it right. The thing is these Yonko, until their like characters are fully developed, they're just not going to go down. They're too high. They're the highest. They're the peak of the series. They are not they're not going to go down until their characters develop.
So
We still got wait. We still got a whole arc for Kaido to develop his character, and there's still a lot more development for Mama.
We got
so Mama going down in the next like 5 or 6 chapters to Luffy is not realistic because they have not fleshed out her character enough for that to happen.
We seen her flashback. We didn't even see Kaido's flashback.
But
so
just having a flashback
doesn't
give you enough. She's probably had what fucking 60 speaking lines.
But listen,
she hasn't had enough development.
I mean,
we don't know her.
You saw with Sanji, he had a flashback all the way back in Baratie, but he got way more development in Whole Cake.
Listen, and Wano, right? Look, the major arc villain. Look, so if Big Mom, it won't even be that type of defeat because she's nerfed. She's gonna get a fair fight with Luffy later. So look, in Wano, the major arc villain is Kaido. That's why Big Mom is nerfed. You can't have 2 full health major arc villains in an arc. You know what I mean? Especially with the limited amount of forces we have. So if Luffy beats Big Mom to help him get closer to Kaido's level, Kaido's the major arc villain. The focus is on him. When in the future, when it's Big Mom's arc, like when it's Big Mom's time to shine, she won't be nerfed. But for right now, since this is Kaido's arc and Big Mom is a visitor, like she got a guest pass or whatever, she's being nerfed. You get what I'm trying to say? And the reason for her being nerfed is she's not going to be nerfed for no reason. She's going to be nerfed to like help Luffy get to Kaido's level. And if not, they're going to use her to assist. But I don't think they're going to use her to assist. I think they're going to use her to get to help Luffy get on Kaido's level, so that way he actually stands a chance.
Okay, we can agree to disagree. That's fine.
Word. All right, Naya.
Yeah.
In your ballpark, what is this happening next chapter?
What's gonna what?
Happen next chapter, you ape.
What happened in the last one? Toyosu died. I guess I don't know the forces. I don't know, dude. Something. I don't have a prediction for you. I'm tired.
Naya, what? This is unlike you.
I know, but
Yo, you woke him up out his sleep. He was sleeping, son.
Nah, I just been up all day and doing a bunch of shit. Just got in.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. It sounds worse. You were drift. Jesus.
I don't know why you.
It sounds like they was 69 and all night.
I don't know who
I'm
told
just
you,
kidding,
but I'm
man.
upset.
Yeah, your voice is like super deep.
Is it like
your voice isn't this deep, and it's just fucking weird to me.
Wait, is it doing that weird Vader thing it does? Hold on.
Yes,
it does. Okay,
like,
one sec.
I'm your father. All right, moving on. EOS, what do you think?
Didn't I already say my prediction?
Oh, then fuck you. You're
Yeah,
right.
he was like the first one.
My bad. You're right. Spidey.
I just think that now that Queen's seen that Luffy and that old guy actually got food somehow, that he should just cut the bullshit, stop stalling, and like kind of give an ultimatum or do something, or it's trash. And that's really all I'm gonna say about it.
Do I sound normal now?
Yes, you sound normal.
All right. I hate when it does that shit.
I don't know what that was your like Mike.
I don't know. Sometimes I do that, and people are like, "Why do you sound like Vader?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" I heard it one time. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, I'm almost called the Tower of God. By the way, I'm gonna take your hustle anyway.
Props on the stream though, Virgo. You got 10% of your subscriber base watching this shit. That's really rare.
2% of the subscriber base. Really?
No, have you seen people live stream? Normally, like such a small percentage of their subscriber base actually watch it.
It's actually
there
true.
are 62 niggas here. That's kind of nuts.
That's true.
Naya does this shit regularly.
No, I don't.
What?
It's
He's
gotta
69.
It's gotta be Tower of God probably, and then maybe.
That's what I was saying.
Oh,
Man, Drake is probably somewhere in the hundreds, easy all the time.
he's lying.
Cause he's white.
He said he's lying. I don't get 100. I don't think I hit 100 before.
I said Dritz Hemmings.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm tired, man.
You're not that far from that either.
Is Dritz still here?
Hello.
I haven't heard Dritz talking half an hour.
I walked away from the mic.
I mean,
You missed some. You missed some of the best theory crafting One Piece community has seen in 10 years.
He's lying.
It was just an average stream.
You missed Ty's monologue then.
Oh baby. Download the video so I can put that to my Thai montage number 2.
I'm actually upset with you, Dritz.
What's that?
Because I told you how I wanted. I crafted the topic of Luffy soloing his stream. You had the nerve to have that stream without me.
Dude, I had to do it at some point in time.
A link would have been nice, you fucking asshole.
That would have been cool.
I dodged the fuck out of that topic.
So message me.
Hemmings.
I hit the matrix. I said, nah, miss me. Oh my goodness.
But Hemmings, how far are you from 1200?
Oh shit. Last time I checked, 18 or something. I don't remember.
Okay, 18 away?
Something like that.
If y'all are not subscribed to Nia D. Hemmings, subscribe right fucking now and get that man to 1200.
You don't have to
subscribe. Subscribe to Toddy too.
Don't subscribe to Toddy.
Subscribe to Toddy. He's better.
Toddy, subscribe.
I'm not back. I'm just. I'm visiting.
Give me to 1,000 subscribers and Super Mega Freezer will sit on my face.
Yo, you got it, Joe. You had one conversation. You need to relax.
I'm just kidding.
You had one conversation. Oh my goodness.
It's hilarious, bro.
Honestly, for prediction, I just want something to like actually happen, I guess, in terms of the current time. And I want I want some warring factions to start actually warring. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. I understand it's the lulls of like a long running series. There's gonna be kind of parts where like things are not happening, there's build up. I just feel like he's been so inefficient lately. Like I feel like this whole Tony Yasu thing could have been wrapped up at least a chapter and a half ago. I'm just like,
yeah.
God,
like,
the facts are so heavy right now.
Because for me, he hammered the point of Toneyasu being like a really nice guy and the Bisu town loves him for like 3 chapters. Like I understand the nail is hammered in and in place. The table is up. Why are you still hammering it? Like I understood this. They fuck with it. He's a nice dude.
Like, y'all niggas don't like setup.
So that's
y'all niggas just want to rush ahead.
Bro, if I say I'm gonna assassinate the president and then 10 seconds later I assassinate him, that ain't setup, nigga. That ain't setup.
I know you're trolling, but I know you're trolling. That's not my issue.
Tony Yasu's entire character arc has taken place in the last 2 chapters. Let's be real.
And I really didn't care when he died.
Life to death. I didn't either. I was glad. I didn't have to see that stupid ass smile.
Those niggas are terrible.
No, it's like I felt the chapter itself was very well executed. Like I'm like, yes, I like this. Like, okay, he's very emotional. Otoko was there. It's gonna spark like flames of rebellion. You know how much the time messed with him. He was actually a very important person. Whatever the hedgehog, all of that was great. I was just like, yo, finally this is over with, done with, and we could keep it pushing because I felt like we could have been over and done with if he was being more efficient a couple chapters ago, or at least 2 or 1 ago. That's all.
Yeah, I felt like the chapter execution was really nice, but it didn't have the payoff because there was no investment. There was no investment and development of this character beforehand. In fact, the moment that nigga died, when I was telling my brother who's in prison what happened in the chapter, I said some smiley nigga died on the cross because I didn't even know the nigga's name because I don't give a fuck about him. That nigga's been around for 3 chapters. I don't feel like Wano. I don't feel like Wano is doing a good job getting us to be emotionally invested into these secondary characters.
It's kind of weird though, because I feel like Oda is really good at that, like getting you to care about a character very quickly. Like think about
he doesn't want to.
We knew. Think about Dressrosa. We knew all the gladiators in Dressrosa. We knew all their personalities, and we could call them by name. You know, the day after the chapter came out, and in Wano, hell, half the people in this call can't name. I would like to give a test.
Y'all niggas did not care about them gladiators. Y'all were tight.
But you knew who they were.
Y'all were
you knew who they were, and the important gladiators you 100% knew. You knew Cavendish. You knew Bartolomeo.
Week to week.
I challenge you.
When I was on forums and when I was watching,
y'all know heroes.
When I was watching review videos, y'all niggas hated the gladiators. Y'all were saying
we hated it, but we still were invested in them. We did hate it, but we were invested in them.
I was not in the community yet.
But if one of them died, like on the cross, we would be able to say the nigga's name. And the fact is, like I challenge everyone in this call. If everyone in this call could name 7 Wano specific characters by name without looking it up, I'll take everything I have back. But the fact is, there's like 3 of y'all niggas that love this shit enough to be able to say the names of these characters.
I can do it right now.
Break the big guy.
Maru.
No, y'all can't team up. This ain't no group effort.
I'm the only one doing it. It's me. Maru, Okiku, Osuru, Otama, Otoko, Hiyori. Boom.
Yeah, I don't even know who. I can't put a face to none of them niggas, and I bet a lot of us can't.
But I'm saying, Toddy, we gotta take into account because, again, I've been reading One Piece for a very long time. I remember when Skypiea was going on.
Damn, I'm real as fuck.
Nigga was complaining about Skypiea, but looking back on that arc, people talk about how great Skypiea was.
A lot of people don't, though.
Skypiea was an arc that took a lot of time to get going. It took a very long time to get going. But
name 4 people with wings from Skypiea, Madara. Hit me.
Easy.
Hit me.
There's Wiper, one. Then you have.
What is that? The keyboard? Do I hear Google.com being typed?
I'm walking to my car, my nigga. What are you talking about?
Of course. That nigga's stalling.
That's 3.
Like he's on death row.
That's 3. I just named 3 people. I'm literally walking to my car from work. That's Isa, Wiper, Ohm, one of the 3 priests of Ino or Inaru, and then there's what's his name?
Please mention the GOAT.
No, scroll down one more page, niggas. One more page down.
The dude.
Mention the GOAT.
There's what's his name? The guy's name was after P. The Will P dude.
Nigga, the Sky Knight.
I know.
Yeah. Got that. Starts with a G.
Okay, Madara, your point is made. Regardless of the fact that I know you seried that shit. The fact is, like most people though, most readers cannot recall the names of anyone in Wano because they're not emotionally invested. And yeah, some of you niggas. Well, hold on. Some of you niggas that review this shit weekly and reread the chapter 2 or 3 times and all that stuff. Of course, yes, you can. But I feel like the vast majority of the fan base can not even pronounce the smiley nigga's name. That's just how I feel.
Are you really a fan though? When you're just kind of rushing, and you're only a week-to-week reader, you don't take it to the full context of stuff that's been set up.
Of course,
I feel like if a story requires you to do multiple levels of fandom, I feel like the writing is
super into the series to be a
I'm
fan.
Not saying,
exactly. You can be casual. You don't have to reread it.
You can be a casual. You can be a passing enthusiast. You don't have to be a crackhead like we are. You don't have to be.
Yeah, you don't have to. You shouldn't. Madara, you shouldn't have to read a chapter 3 or 4 times for it to have an emotional impact on you, or for you to memorize things. If the story was told properly, I've read Hunter x Hunter one motherfucking time, and that was all I needed to understand Merowim's story.
Literally, what is the biggest complaint about My Hero?
I don't know.
It's trash.
No.
Oh my God.
The literal complaint about
just
My
kidding.
Hero from the quote unquote fan base is that everybody's name is too hard to pronounce, right?
No.
I have literally never heard that.
The biggest complaint I've heard is
it a
Deku's
lot.
whack.
I heard
Deku's not a good main character. I heard that the story moves too slow. I heard that. I don't give a
It's
fuck
childish.
about like, you know.
I've heard a lot of
it's just mid.
But I don't think we can base. I don't feel like we can base the effectiveness of character investment based on if like One Piece experts can recall these people. I think you base it on if the most common reader cannot be emotionally invested into these characters, then there is a flaw in the writing. And I think the flaw is that the pacing of Wano is a little really, really fast because there are so many plot lines to get through. Yes, because well, think about it, Madara. We have what, 9 to anywhere from
so
9
weird.
to 12
Nigga,
separate plot lines going on
Luffy-
simultaneously. You can only spend so much time
This is
on one
classic
each
One
week.
Piece though, because Dressrosa
No, it's not. Not this many.
Dressrosa had like 12 different plot
No,
lines.
it didn't.
going on.
Dressrosa had like 4 or 5. You had Luffy, you had Law, you had Sanji on the ship,
You had Sanji,
and you had
Law,
Usopp and
you had
Robin.
Frankie, you
And
had
Sabo.
Frankie, and
Sabo.
the Tata, you had Sabo,
Usopp
you
and
had
Robin thing.
But these aren't Madara. A lot of these ones that a lot of the ones you're mentioning were not plot lines. They were scenes. Sabo did not have a plot line. He was involved. Hold on, bro. He was involved.
Plot line was to destroy the Smile Factory.
Hold on, listen. In terms of the plot line of the actual arc, his plot line was intertwined with Luffy's for most of the way, and then he had a fight with Fujitora.
No, bro, you forget. Frankie split off from Luffy as soon as.
Yeah, because that was the plan.
I'm not Frankie. I said Sabo.
Until as soon as Luffy went into the Corona Coliseum, Frankie was doing his own thing the whole time. Okay,
Mata, are you really arguing? Mata, are you really arguing that Dressrosa had as many plot lines as Wano?
Bro,
because that is
the
just
Wano
false.
plot line, literally, all of the characters are together. We have 4 groups?
They're not. What?
No, they're not. They're all separated, and each of them have their own unique story.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You literally have Zoro, Hiyori,
by himself, by his motherfucking self,
and Otoku. Then you have, so after that you have Sanji and all the girls are together. It's Zoro.
Well now because a couple weeks ago they were separated. Nami was by herself.
But you're talking about
shout out Shinobu, best girl.
You're talking about current timeline though, right?
But
I'm talking about all the plot lines throughout the entirety of Wano. It has been so disjointed.
Sanji and the girls are together. Then you have Foxfire, Kinemon, Duke, and Arashi together. Nekomamushi hasn't arrived yet, so his plot line doesn't count.
What about Shikamaru?
Well, he's still part of the arc though.
Yeah,
you have Luffy. You have the perspective of Kaido's henchmen.
Yeah,
you have Sanji.
The Kinemon thing, and if he's gonna join or not, that's another one.
You've got Shikamaru. You've got Luffy and Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Eustace Kid.
Yeah.
The third what is it? Ashura Doji and the third one. I forget.
Yeah, you already remember. We don't know who Denjiro is yet.
Exactly. That's another problem that we have to find out.
We don't know who he is yet. But
we have to find out. That's
you have to remember, this is going to set up a gigantic war. This is going to set up a gigantic war
by himself.
This is setting up to set up a grand finale war on Wano to take out Kaido. This isn't just run-of-the-mill island stuff happening.
I don't know. I feel like you're misunderstanding where we were coming from. Because I have no problem with Wano. I absolutely adore it. I'm having a good time. I just have a problem with efficiency. That's literally my only complaint. Mm-hmm. They had hammered in a point pretty earlier in Wano that Orochi was very, very afraid of the prophecy of Lady Tokyo, right? Yada yada yada, right?
Yeah.
You heard it from a couple of people. Now, when it came for his moment, and he was talking about his paranoia, I felt like Oda spent way too much time on that in the chapter where we could have had more things happening. Like for me, it's just sometimes I'm like, it was nice to see it because I hate when you say and don't show it. I like show don't tell. So it was nice to see it. It didn't need to be like half the chapter, this long, elaborate, 20 years. Like, come on, bro. Like you're wasting my time sometimes. Like
the pacing
that is literally my only major complaint. Anything else is like personal or like a drama. Or a nitpick. Otherwise, I'm fine with Wano. I'm just like ready. I'm really like right now. I'm ready for something to just pop off. I'm really ready. I'm reading the chapter. I'm sitting through. I'm going, okay, that was nice, good setup, yada yada, and I move on with my day. I just go on with my day.
I mean, I agree to an extent because one of my issues is that Robin found out all of this information, and we don't know how she found out. All she's doing is telling us. I thought that was trash. You could have shown me that. When you versus you wasting time on other stuff that kind of really hasn't been important. I'm not saying all of Wano is just fantastic, 10 out of 10, because Wano right now to me is hovering right above a 6.5 to a 7. Is where it's hovering at right now with everything being set
up. Unless you're big news who think that Wano's the best to ever come out.
No.
Wano is the best arc in One Piece. I'm like, nigga,
Wano has potential to be the best arc in One Piece.
There's a lot of things that
at this point in the story. At this point in the story, I don't think it has the potential to be one of the greats simply because the first half has been so slow. It honestly feels like nothing is really happening. It's a series of info dumps. Week after week after week, very, very little action, very, very little development with these characters outside of Luffy. So even if the last half just pops off, I'm always going to remember that the first year and a half of Wano was a snore fest.
But it might be like I'm not gonna go that. I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm not gonna go that far because a lot of One Piece has been just snore fest.
As long as there's payoff.
Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think are some of the greatest arcs in One Piece? And think if for the majority of that arc, if it was boring or not.
Enies Lobby and Water 7.
Enies Lobbies was good from start to finish.
Yeah, I never thought.
But the reason why. The reason why Enies Lobby was good from start to finish
was because
it was a self-contained story, mainly about us acquiring a new Straw Hat, aka Robin. If you take it to the entirety of the pre-time skip, pretty much almost all of it was in preparation for what? Marineford. So then you can say that
Marineford itself was not. But Marineford itself was not boring.
But I didn't call it anything boring.
Again, to my point, Toddy, we saw the end result of all that setup was Marineford, right?
But it was great that it was paid off from start to finish.
The end result to all of this setup is going to be the war on Wano. And no, it was not, because the Foxy Pirates, I dropped One Piece at that point because
I'm saying the Marineford arc. I'm saying the Marineford arc was good from start to finish.
I love the Davy back fight.
I'm not going to be on Wano. It's going to be on Oni Island. A little small island that Kaido has. I think that's where the war is going to be held.
Anyways, I never called anything. I never called anything boring because Vergo could attest to this. One of my favorite characters, did he not pull up like 2 chapters into Wano, mounted on a majestic beast?
Here we go.
Okay, like I like Hawkins is my. I'm having a good time. I'm not bored. I just like nothing is really happening. We're not moving. Like we've been here for years. We've been here for years. I've been reading One Piece more than half my life. Like I need shit to happen now. Like I don't have the time for shit to not be happening.
Well, you would. It doesn't sound like you would need something to happen if you were satisfied with what's going on. And if you're not satisfied with what's going on, then it's boredom.
It's literally because the last 3 chapters have been focused on Tonoyasu, where I'm like, I get it. This is literally Tower of God consistently hammering the point that Bam is special into me. When I fucking knew this 50 chapters into the series, I get it. He's an irregular. He's different. But he takes every single opportunity to he's so different. He's like, I got the point. I see you. I get it.
But I'm
stop hammering the point in when you already understand it. No.
He did it with the Tontadas. He did it with Princess Mancheri. He does this every arc where he hammers in the character that we probably don't care about,
and yet he goes on this long explanation of who they are. He does it every arc.
No.
Yes.
My issue. Okay, you remember? Okay, I think there was a part where they're talking. This is how you know I didn't even take it in. They were talking about some arson brothers or some nigga who's made wood or something. I don't know. And like
they're talking about Bongo, and Bungo.
Here we go. And then they're like, he was nice enough to bring criminals in. I'm like, bro, I fucking get it. He's a nice guy. Can we please move on? Like, why am I still hearing this? I got this from the first time I saw him.
Bro, it was the same thing with Pound though.
Jesus Christ! Like,
it was the same thing with Pound. We
what were they hammering the point of Pound? Pound was trying to find his.
How nice Pound
he's
was.
trying to find his kids. That's not the same thing.
He was about to die. That's why we got all that exposition. What happened to Tony Yasu? He just died. That's why we got all that exposition.
It was too long and too samey.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing.
There was too much. Yeah, like it's not, to me, they're not comparable. Like,
it's been like
my point is that he's important. He was, whatever the fuck, because I have to reread it. I really do, but it's literally the fact that people liked him, that he was nice. That specific point he spent too long on, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
And he ugly. He had no drip. So I cared even less.
To each his own.
And I also think like the Pound thing is kind of different because like Pound is connected to a character we known since like Thriller Bark, his daughter. So that's why I feel like the Pound thing is a little different.
The Pound thing did not least upset me or detract from the story, in my opinion. It made perfect sense.
I really don't think it's any different because Yasu is connected to Odin, a character who we've been hearing about since Zoe. He's been connected. So
who y'all talking about?
It's not like we're talking about a character that has no plot relevance to One Piece at all. We're talking about a character who has connections to Odin, probably has connections to Koshiro.
The roles of characters that we like relatively found out about.
But the problem is we learned all this within the last 2 or 3 weeks, so it just feels rushed, and you haven't had enough time to get invested into this character. So the last couple of chapters have felt really, really boring because we're focusing on a guy who we don't really even know.
I'm not getting it. First, I'm hearing it's rushed, and then it's taking too long. What is it then?
Well, it's a mix between both. It's a mix between both, and the mixture results.
It's actually weird.
It results in something called pacing.
Because Todd, you brought it up earlier that it was fast.
Well, hear me out.
But Madara, you're talking about like the generic One Piece that don't disrespect us like that. We're not those niggas. We're not talking. We don't talk like that. Okay, don't do that to me. My point is like so Wano started off to me.
Part of this call who said that before.
No, I'm saying, but Toddy said that like it's fast paced, but it's even though the pacing was moving fast in terms of certain things that were happening, he's been inefficient in certain areas, like the two that I brought up earlier. Like think about it. We didn't think Kaido was going to descend from the heavens that quickly. We didn't think like we're going to Zoro be the first person to run into Hawkins. Like a lot of shit happened and popped off pretty quickly. Like I like especially the first act. Like I'm not taking that away from it because I enjoyed the first act. I enjoyed both acts equally as much. Like they're both really good. There's comes these points where I'm like, he's like, some people were like they cried about like how page 1 and Sanji fight didn't get emphasis or whatever.
It got off screen.
I don't agree. I didn't complain about that. I was fine with it because probably he didn't want to show the capabilities of the Flying Six or the raid suit to its full extent yet, so he hit it. But people's general complaint of like the things they want to see are just getting kind of like whatever, and then certain things that were like, we get it, he spends too much time on. I think it's a legitimate complaint. I don't think I agree with it.
I'm not saying that.
I understand where they're coming from.
But I'm saying he has done this in every arc of One Piece. We hit the wall with Usopp trying to knock out Sugar.
That shit was funny as hell.
It was funny to some people, but it wasn't funny to a lot.
Way more
there was a lot of complaints about it was a lot of complaints when that happened.
Well, every arc is gonna have complaints.
I was pretty happy.
And I'm saying the same thing is happening in Wano right
I
now.
don't know anybody.
Like when Usopp knocked out Sugar, niggas thought it was funny, but they had a problem with it at the same time. Like
that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't like usually.
It was too kiddie-ish. And to go along with what you're talking about, Madara too. The thing is, like, I'm torn on the pacing because it's too fast, I think, in the individual progressions. but I also think it's too slow for the overall progression because we're focusing on so many different points of view. And the big issue I'm running into is that these plot lines are not equal in terms of engagement, because there are plot lines, there are plot lines that are 100 million times more interesting than others, and we have to go away from some of these plot lines for months at a time. Luffy has been locked up for most of 2019, and we get like snapshots of what's going on with him when the entire fan base just wants to see that plot line play out, and we just get snapshots of everyone's thing instead of getting one smooth story to the point where you'll read a chapter, and then midway through the chapter you'll stop and know that you have to go back 5 chapters just to familiarize yourself with everything that's going on in this situation in order for everything now to make sense.
And I get that, and I understand that. But if Oda just solely focused on Luffy and his training, then everybody would be calling bull because Luffy has advanced armament hockey within 5 chapters.
But if Oda had focused on maybe 5 plot lines instead of 26, then we wouldn't have to wait that long, and the wait won't be that excruciating. And when we open up page 1 to a chapter and we see that it's focused on smiley face nigga, we're not so disappointed.
And again, I understand that. But again, back in Dressrosa, when did Zoro start fighting Pika?
But that plot line wasn't in place from the beginning of that arc, though. That's the problem. That plot line was introduced like halfway through the arc. It wasn't from the start of the arc. And with Wano, these plot lines have been in the works for the last year and a half, and it feels like each one of them has only moved 3 chapters.
Yes, but it's only the second act of possible 5 acts.
I'm just gonna say this too. The breaks don't help sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not blaming anyone for the breaks. I understand, but I'm just saying sometimes when like you get a chapter and not much happens, and then you have a fucking break, you're just like, for fuck's sake, right? So it actually makes it feel a bit longer than it really is. Like artificially, I get it, but like, look, man, I'm just saying, I'm ready for something to happen. I'm just ready.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm saying why you feel you're ready for something to happen.
His death is the perfect catalyst to get some shit popping. You don't have to even do the most and get the work going. Just give me something, man.
Give me some. Honestly, I'll take Ty's crazy ass theory that Luffy's gonna take down Big Mom. At least let me see a nigga throw a punch. I have been seeing people talk for a year.
The chat is going crazy, so I want to read some of what the chat is saying.
Go ahead.
Rhapsody says, "Oh my God, people are complaining that it's too slow, but at the same time, they complain they don't care about Wano characters. How the fuck is Oda gonna make the story move fast and make you care? Fuck Toddy. He really said fuck Toddy.
Nigga, Vergo, you could have skipped that comment, nigga.
Yeah, right?
So I'm just as mad at you as the nigga that said that.
That nigga's a dick, bro.
But
nigga went out of his way to find that.
I like a lot of characters in Wano.
Wait, I'm not done.
It's just too many.
Go ahead.
ACB Young Draco said, Naya, don't disrespect me in my hood, fam.
I actually like.
That's basically what he's saying.
I hear people like, people complain about this and I'm like, I never ever say something that stupid. I have a brain cell. I'm not the average one. Don't ever do that to me. I hate when people do that. I don't say shit like that.
ACB said, you don't care about man Sherry, you're canceled. ACB said Driss and Snickers are napping. Javon said this is a Toddy stream. ACB,
I'm surprised you didn't skip that one.
Shut up. The Foxy Pirates did not set up creditless.
A nigga Juan said, facts, this nigga Toddy is so indecisive.
Okay, y'all are pissed. Y'all about to make me quit. Y'all can skip these comments. Shit, I'm already fucking. I've already been kicked out the community, niggas. Y'all ain't gotta rub it in.
Give me more of these than you know.
There can't be that many. I know I'm not well liked, but there can't be that many.
Toddy.
I got some fans in the chat, I'm sure.
Why did
that nigga Madara be going in his car to get his laptop?
I told you that nigga was Googling.
I was not. I was watching nigga go out and work.
About Toddy so much, bro.
That nigga said, how do you spell Wano? Does it have a hyphen in it?
ACB Young Draco saying, "Run that back, Toddy. You give your brother illegal stands in prison. That's another charge."
Yo, why don't you stop reading that nigga's comments? Clearly, that nigga had
That
that.
nigga does not fuck with Toddy, bro. For whatever
No, he
reason.
doesn't.
Not at all.
Bro, he must be from BDA.
ACB said, "Drip sounds like why you shouldn't breathe ass and eat air." T-Rip Unu said, "Drip sound like a nigga today. LMAO sound like he got some pussy."
That's crazy.
Why would getting pussy make your voice sound like that?
Juan Pay said, "Why does Hemming sound exactly like Master J?"
I know.
He does not sound like Master.
I actually don't know what he sounds like, so I couldn't even.
Yo, kinda sounds.
He sounds hungry.
Yeah, bro. Y'all niggas fucked up.
I'm just kidding. Me and Master J have it.
Hawkins, the nigga that Hawkins, the nigga that can't catch anybody. Oh, that is another storyline.
Juan Pay said, "Toddy better hope I don't find his address." Jesus Christ.
The Foxy Pirates was not set up credit list. Wait, what?
No,
Man, I have not been that bad this stream.
The Foxy Pirates are elite.
Y'all got it chill.
Foxy Pirates were lit. Y'all niggas is tripping. Anyway.
Yeah, they backfight fire. That shit was fun.
Davey Bag had too much cultural appropriation.
Okay, but where was the lie though? Niggas are strong.
Hey, Toddy,
Afro
listen.
Luffy.
Victor Gentry said, "I'm a fan of Toddy. I really enjoy listening to his arguments about the series that thoroughly explain the problems with why." Just kidding. That nigga trash.
Man, what did I do to your chat, man?
When I first started reading, I legit thought he was gonna say something nice.
Yo,
I don't know what I did.
Y'all niggas ain't shit in the chat, bro.
I'm just trying to make a nigga laugh.
Santos said, "I used to not like Toddy, but that nigga grew on me. He's funny as fuck."
I literally have one issue. I think I just don't like Toneyasu. That just might be it. I'm just ready to move on from it. I just don't like.
I feel like if they would develop Toko,
Right, they need to rename that nigga Todiyasu.
I just don't
Get
like
him
it.
out.
I feel like if they develop Toko more, I think we would like Toneyasu better. But we have no idea.
But I like Otoko.
I don't know. I don't like it, bro.
We don't know much about her. Though.
I know, but I don't. But
that
I
development
don't know. She's fine.
for Otoku and them are going to be coming once he explains what smile and sad are.
I think that's
that development is still incoming.
Florian Triangle said, "Why does Naya act like an average One Piece fan?"
Wow.
He has a lot more credit than that.
Let's see. Light Ruler says, "Vergo, tell Hemmings to send me some nudes." Oh.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Bugging out, bro. I don't know why you read that.
Virgo, you're done. You're done. You're done.
Why y'all not at me? I'm not the one making the comments.
You know I can read, right? I had this.
Bro, you reading the comments is ruining the stream and it's ruining my feelings.
I have the stream open. I can read. Right. I learned.
Moving on, Steve-O.
Man Hero, it's better than guys.
Steve-O, what do you think is gonna happen next chapter, my friend?
Shit, I think niggas about to rise up, get their dicks hard, and go in on niggas because of Toneyasu's sacrifice.
What?
I don't know how one led to the other, but it makes sense to me.
I don't understand you, Steve-O.
It makes sense to me, man.
I mean,
what? Come on. How many of y'all have been in a fight without a hard dick? Let's be real.
Wait, what?
Bro, stop it. What?
Let's be honest, guys.
Bro, no, that's
talking about.
You know, rage is like.
Nah, my
God. You that every time you get angry, you get a boner?
Yeah.
Nigga, rage is like Viagra.
You are different, nigga.
Different.
Nigga, my boss pissed me off today, and I damn near ripped my pants.
Damn.
Oh my god! Someone get that man, bro.
Right now, bro.
Yo, bro, get your man, bro. Whose man is it, bro?
Big Black guy said, so I came back to double.
I'm just Evo had a point.
Yeah.
ACB said, "Stop him now. This nigga's wilding."
Man, where's the poo at? I need to mix.
So I come back to double sesame. Yeah.
I need the SoundCloud link. Where a poo at?
I'm trying to see him and Brooke drop that mixtape, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where the SoundCloud link?
And where's the Whitebeard Pirates, man? Where's the Big Mom Pirates?
Always in time.
This chat is wild, bro.
Yo, HCB said, with his
he said Toddy was finna have a meat battle with his boss.
No, bro, she's bad, man. She's a big one.
He said Toddy about to beat up a dude and then beat his cheeks.
Oh no!
Okay.
Why you mean?
Sound like Adabisi.
It's all right as long as niggas are happy.
Oh my god.
Y'all ain't never
Absolutely.
seen
Where the
y'all?
fuck is Juice's kid? I mean,
We don't know. That's another
honestly
storyline that needs to
at
be
a very important point in the story.
Oh, that's true. Where is he at? I forgot about him.
Where's who?
Is that? Oh my god! The fact that we forgot about Eustace Kid is kind of trash. Like that.
Boneless Magneto. Where you at?
Boneless.
Yo, can I get a boneless pizza?
All right, bro. Y'all are obsessed with Toddy, guys. Come on.
Hey man,
No, they can do what they do.
As
long as everyone's having
Toddy
a
got
good
that
time, it doesn't
charisma.
matter.
He's a big name on this side of the community.
I've been getting shit on for a while now.
Toddy about to knock a nigga out, then fuck him. Okay.
Oh,
Y'all are tripping, bro.
These niggas are not holding back, bro.
That's Grimm's thing.
Grim
is like Grim.
Oh, Grim would be 10 times worse, bro.
The day, that tweet that Grim posted of that whole like little rape thing was.
That was not it. That
made me
that's
kinda,
not even. But that's not even funny. Like I don't think that's
that,
funny.
that I didn't even giggle.
That's not even funny.
Oh my god, bro. What's going on with Grim, man?
No, it wasn't him. It's someone in the Discord.
He has a chance. No, somebody in the Discord that wrote that. Like what was it? Snapback virus or some shit?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he didn't have to read that one.
What even happened to Grim?
What do you mean? Grim be here all the time.
Yeah, he be streaming and shit.
What happened to his little his draft thing?
It happened. I think.
What did you expect? I that was gonna go to shit.
I spoke to him about it. I can't remember. I think it was just hard to get everybody to get together at the right times, and it was a pain in the ass. He didn't bother.
Well, I think that's partially his fault because he didn't do a good job organizing it. He didn't send out like a schedule or sign up sheet.
I mean, he's got his like one punch man and his board hats and his board hats every week and everything. So
we were getting niggas together, not him.
Yeah, I know. And he would wait the week of the debates or whatever to tell who's doing what when. Niggas have lives, man. You gotta work that shit out.
Yeah, give like a 2 weeks notice, man.
But no disrespect to Grim. That's been my nigga since day one. That was the first when I joined BDA. He was the first person in the community I talked to. So I got a lot of respect for him. But that nigga cannot make content.
Yikes! What?
But I still I still respect him. That's my nigga. He just needs to stick to fixing planes, huh?
I wasn't expecting you to go down that road.
His drafts be fine now. He makes dope content.
I don't know. Maybe it's tough.
I don't know if I like it. Like One Punch Man podcast do really well.
Yeah, he be on it, bro. He's fine, man.
I'm pretty feel like this. That nigga doing something right because he got 1,000 subscribers pretty fucking fast.
Yeah,
probably that debate.
I think because you don't be streaming. You didn't. There was like a point in time, Vergo, where you just didn't stream.
I stopped for 9 months.
Exactly. That's why you're not up there.
Yeah, but look how fast you got to 600.
Also,
Vergo, why don't you be having people shout you out when you contribute to making their content better? I mean, you guys do a lot of streams with like people like Vergo and some of the people with a lot more subscribers, and you guys are contributing to his success. But he can pay it back. He's a cool guy. He wouldn't mind paying it back by shouting you guys out.
I would never ask because I'm not looking for a.
That's how I am too. Like if you want to, if you want to do it, you gotta do it yourself.
I know that helps out niggas. That's why I shout out niggas all the time. I know that helps niggas out.
Yeah, and that's partially why I'm saying it because some of the people in this community, whether the people in the stream ask or not, they always shout out their channels at the end. Vergo, if you have a channel, Vergo is always gonna mention your shit. I don't know.
All the time.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I don't
Maybe
know.
I'm asking.
I would never go to Brago and when I hop in the stream like, hey man, can you shout me out? Like I would never do that.
Yeah, it's true. It's a pride thing.
It probably
it would help you out a lot though because you guys like share a similar kind of fan base. I just think it would go a long way.
Surprisingly, I kind of don't. Because there's one time that he was doing his Grove. I think Dustin was streaming, and I don't remember if Dritz was streaming or finishing up a stream, and I started streaming, and I had my regular numbers. So I thought it was in the
There's people here that watch my stream that don't watch Brago.
Really?
I have a lot of Web3 people though, like
Yeah.
Noblesse, Unordinary, Power of God, and shit like that. Ghost Soup. So I got like,
Especially back when I was streaming things that weren't One Piece related, like Seven Deadly Sins and Kingdom. Barker don't do that shit.
We gotta talk about Kingdom, man. Kingdom's crazy right now, my nigga.
I know.
Kingdom is crazy.
Man, I need to pick Kingdom back up. I don't know why I ever dropped it.
if AMG doesn't send me the link, I forget to read it every week.
Because
one page said, disrespect Grim again, and I will knock you out and fuck you, Toddy. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
And I got wild niggas in my chat as well.
Guys, I'm trying to change, man. Give me a chance. I feel like so many niggas like hold my my history, I guess, against me, and I don't think they'll ever get over it. So there's always gonna be niggas.
Let's see. Miguel Angel. It's a mouthful. Pause. Miguel Angel Cuenca Pineda. Toddy needs to make a channel, he says.
Oh, thank you, man.
Booby92 says Black men have pride. That we do. Absidy said Brother gave someone AIDS. Let's not spread that rumor. Six Pass said Vergo is like an old school pub owner who never makes his patrons chill.
I feel that.
Light Ruler said Hemmings, you only review obscure series.
Of what series?
Obscure
series. Or like
obscure.
Wait, he said only review obscure series? No,
he said you only do.
Like Black and stuff like that.
Is One Piece obscure?
Is Tower of God obscure?
I think so. I know. Have you ever read One Piece? It's pretty good. Heard of it?
You review Tower of God?
I mean, that's debatable.
I think you still have more subscribers than me.
Nah, I only had like 400 something.
Oh, really?
That's only because Steve-O doesn't stream or put himself out there. I think Steve-O would have a lot bigger.
He's too busy wilding
on Twitter. If you upload it more, you probably get a lot.
Yeah.
I just fuck with you. Your Twitter
he has a likable personality. But Vergo, you need to start charging these niggas before you read their chats, so I can stop hearing all this bullshit.
I mean,
get $2 super chats. I ain't no time to disrespect.
1,000 is coming soon, so soon you'll be able to see him full blown. I love reading chat. Chat is what makes these videos. I was talking about it earlier, and before everybody really got here, we have 55 live watching now. You think about it from our earlier streams like a year ago, we were nothing.
Yeah, man. And I remember being in streams where we had 3 viewers, dude.
Yeah.
I remember those.
And now 10% of your subscriber base are in this motherfucker.
That's crazy.
I just feel like that's really a thing you can't overlook, Vergo.
Yeah, I don't think
because that's such a rare thing.
I don't think he's taking in how sick that really is.
Yeah, I don't think you realize that ratio is incredibly rare.
Like people have like 100,000 subscribers and only have 1,000 for like their shits.
No, but I've seen like less, like someone might have like 400,000, and then they have like 200. Like that's such a small percentage of their subscriber base.
Like Brago has over 10,000, and he's lucky to have over 400 people watching this.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think
what we say, Hemi?
I said I
think
but it's just too bad that the people watching are so whack.
Because Brago used to do so many like live discussions, but now he only do like one discussion a week, or maybe 2 if we lucky.
Yeah, but Brago
Vergo will do one every 2 weeks. He'll do like 2 a month when it comes to One Piece.
Hey, that's not true.
Like Brago do an engine stream. He might do like a power ranking stream. He do a random One Piece discussion, then another ninja stream. This is all in 1 week, but now he don't really do that like he used to.
I like Vergo's streams because he'll honestly let anybody that wants to come in. So there's a lot of variety in the personalities. Brago, I used to be really into Brago streams, but it was just a lot of the same people every time and hearing kind of the same opinions. So it's nice that with Vergo you get to meet different people and you never know.
Where's Strong Leg? He's my favorite.
What you say?
Strong Leg Milo.
Strong Leg Milo's been kind of sick.
He has a strong leg.
That shit was so funny.
If you see Milo or talk to Milo, by the way, Vergo, let him know I said what's up. I don't know why I'm doing this here on stream, but let him know I said what's up.
That's okay. Javon said these the same niggas on Brago stream since when?
I haven't been there in a while though.
I haven't even really been there in a while. I was in the last one, but that was it.
I feel like the Grove was the last one I was on. Whatever Grove I was
Then
on.
Drizzt is there, yes, but Drizzt just recently started coming here. Madara's not really there. Eowyn isn't really there. Chadi's not there.
I come when I can. You do on the weekend a lot of times. And the weekend I'm out being an ape.
I think Cotty was there once when he was doing Discord Fridays and
I remember
that was like it.
No, I did a couple streams with Brago when he used to do the After Darks. Man, I was in a stream with Brago and we talked till like fucking 8:30 in the morning, nigga. It was like a 9-hour stream.
There's that too. He be like
Han's never in the
He'll be like, yo, 11 p.m. and then like 2 a.m. He's like, all right, let's stream. I'm like, bro, I'm asleep.
Yeah, man.
I'm old. I gotta sleep.
BMC
Right.
Discord? What's that?
Chadi can go join BMC streams. Bet.
I like Black Mango Critic. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen a lot of people in a while.
The Ghetto Reverie King Vergo Sama. I like that.
Critic, bro, I love the Ghetto Reverie.
What was the best one, like Vergo?
BMC been busy.
How much does that have right now? By the way, like views and shit.
The Ghetto Rev.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did you hit 10,000?
7,400.
Bro, I feel so bad about the Ghetto Reverie to this day.
Why? That was great.
Well, for one thing, I disrespected Chris, who was one of my best friends when I was in BDA, and I kept calling him Dan. And I feel super bad about that. Because they have the same voice, man. And then I also feel bad about how I was disrespecting Matt a lot due to a misunderstanding, and I just feel really guilty about coming at him so hard.
You are a good dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
That
was fun though.
But it was a fun stream, man.
But I don't know. The consistency is crazy. The stream we all had last week has a 1.5K views, so it's like interesting.
I like absolutely can't figure out algorithm at all. I never know what's gonna happen. I just gave up.
I think a big part too is the marketing of it. Like if the stream title has something that's really catchy or the thumbnail's really catchy, that might contribute to it too.
I mean, another thing is I stream for long amounts of time, so it may say 56 consistently watching or some shit, but those aren't the same 56 people. The people subbing in and out during the stream because it's going so long.
I mean, you got some loyal ass niggas in there that I recognize. Like I've known Santos for fucking like a year now, and
I've seen Santos all over the place.
HCB, man, that nigga has been shit talking me since I was 16. but some of these guys aren't. And so it's cool that you got like a rotating kind of viewership.
Javon Davis said, if it's OP, it gets views. Not that hard. Is it Hunter x Hunter or My Hero where no one watches? Wow.
Or just put something interesting in the title. Like the Ghetto Reverie will have anybody watching it that's black.
My One Piece videos don't really do well for my channel, in my opinion. So I don't know if I agree with that. But I've been lazy.
It all just depends on what your niche is. That's what it depends on. Because like YouTube won't even promote what you're not known for doing.
Will they promote non-monetizable content though?
Well, Hemmings, didn't you start doing One Piece before you did the Tower of God?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is Hemmings.
No, my thing is Tower of God. That's what easily gets all the views easily. I have one of my Tower of God like rank, but it's a ranking video. Obviously, that's why everyone watched it. But that hit 10,000. So like,
yeah.
Like they even sent me a notification like, hey, your first video. I'm like, oh shit, all right, bet.
Hey man, that's lit. They say take a page from Nux Taku and put tits in the thumbnail. Word.
Is that the guy who always says you don't understand such and such? Is that like
yeah.
I have yet to watch the video. I see it all the time.
Rogers Base commented on the Ghetto Reverie.
Nux
Yes,
Taku
he
was
did.
cool.
Roger thought it was very funny.
I'm low-key becoming a webtoon merchant.
Oh, hey, Lothar, bro, I really appreciate that donation. Anything you want to say? I'll tell. That'll be like a super chat. I'll tell him what you said.
Yeah, man.
And then you want to say, Lothar? Why won't YouTube promote a group of black dudes talking about anime and manga? I mean, I don't know.
I don't think it's just that they won't promote that kind of content. I think because it's not monetizable, because we cuss and say the N-word all the time, they probably won't promote that kind of content.
Oh, that's dope. Lothar, you sent me a 20 piece, bro. I really, really, really appreciate it, dude. Thanks, my dude.
Did he have anything to say?
Are you? You're not even modded. Hold on, let me change that.
Buy me a drink, bro.
Said buy you a drink.
Yeah.
No, I had said this, and I got crucified by like Grim for saying this.
For saying what?
That when I am able to finally get donations, I said I have no problem splitting that money with the panel I'm with.
Oh, that's like 50 cents a piece. Bet I can get a Slim Jim for that.
You said Grim crucified you for that?
Hey man, I'm there, yo. After 50, yo, slow money better than no money. I'm there.
I like that. I like that.
$100, right? And if I got $100 and I'm with 9 of you other niggas, bro, I'm sliding y'all 10.
Wait, what? You said Grim crucified you for that?
Yeah, he said it's fucking stupid. That's your money. Why would you share?
Oh.
Man, where are all the honorable niggas in the One Piece community? Because how many people could say that they would do what Vergo's willing to do?
I would do.
I feel like that's really rare.
I would absolutely not.
I would do that for sure. but I wouldn't say that's dishonorable, because I mean, if you honestly feel like you're the main draw of your channel, then I mean.
So what he was saying was, he was like, it's your platform. Yes, I get it. These niggas are helping you become more entertaining, but at the end of the day, it is your platform.
Yeah, like I couldn't say that's dishonorable, but like if you honestly feel like you're the main reason why you got the money in the first place, then you shouldn't feel obligated to share it. But
the thing is, so here's the thing. I believe I believe I can One Piece out, and I believe I can give things to the people that they enjoy, right? But at the same time, y'all niggas helped me build this. That's how I.
And that's exactly how I feel, because a lot of the people in the One Piece community, when it comes to like these massive discussions, the only reason people watch them is because it's a group of friends conversating about something. It's not because that one individual, like Brago comes out with like videos on Brago D Law where he analyzes things about the story. They don't get a fraction of the views of his things when he does it as a whole group. And just using Brago as an example, and keep in mind I respect Brago a lot, but people watch for the drama and the camaraderie and all the personalities that come together in those streams. It's not so Brago isn't making the content himself great. It's his platform that he's sharing with his friends that make the content great. And I think Vergo gets that. Vergo's a great guy, and but he knows that like this camaraderie and how we talk and we jive and we joke is what gets people to come and donate to his thing. So I think it's really honorable that he's willing to share that kind of shit.
You're still an ape, though.
I mean, I am an ape.
Have you seen his nose?
Word. Anyway, let's see. Vergo's gimmick is he is broke. Wait till he get money. He's going to be the Black Rogers base soon. No.
What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean? No, what does that
Roger makes a good amount of money from streams.
I thought like he was hogging something or something. I don't know. All right.
Man, Vergo, you should hoard your but instead of splitting it, you should hoard your money and invest in a camera, man.
Eat my dick. Anyway,
damn.
Let's see. Vergo on his Jon Snow gimmick.
Damn.
Okay, Santos, being ignorant, so I'm actually not going to read that comment.
For the watch.
Techie splits his money with his people he has on. He does. I didn't know that.
That's cool.
That's clean.
Vergo don't share your wealth. People save for child support. Bad.
But then again, you know, though, I guess it would kind of make sense if you stream a lot, I suppose.
And I do.
Because I don't stream that often.
I don't ever stream.
Actually, is that a lie? I technically stream once a week. Is that a lie? Maybe I do stream.
All right. Anyway, Vergo, I hope you get into Super Mecha's cheeks. Thank you, sir.
You're saying, man. You deserve them, cheeks.
Thanks, man.
Why does he deserve them?
I
just want to know why he deserves it.
Don't make me rationalize my position.
Why wouldn't I deserve it? I'm fucking me.
All right,
yeah, that's Vergo. Come on, baby.
I like the confidence. So yeah, there you go. There's my answer. There you go.
What
can I say?
Toddy, why don't you make a Hunter x Hunter stream since no one cares about it?
Man, I would honestly, I'd love to do that, but I don't have a channel. I've been teetering on the idea of making a channel.
You need me in that stream so I can talk shit about Togashi.
About who?
No.
About me, so I can talk shit about Togashi.
Oh, you can talk shit about him, just not his story, because that's the greatest story ever told.
Let's see. He said Vergo deserves them.
I'm saying Hunter x Hunter is better than
He said Vergo deserves them because he's been patient. Light Ruler said, "Damn, Hemmings low key hating."
On who? Oh wait, that's no. Because I seen you on Twitter. I was like, all right, you do this thing. Then today he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the peaks. And I'm like, man, you had one convo. You don't relax.
I'm just joking.
I know.
Six Pat said Hemmings got curved by Super Mecha.
Who told you? How'd you know? How'd you find out?
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Who leaked the DM?
I hate to see it.
Who leaked the DM? If I'm trying to slide in DMs and I don't see Toronto, I ain't sliding because I ain't flying nowhere. I'm broke. You better be in the city so I could go through.
Oh shit! Oh man! No man, I really I said this from the jump when I started this back when I had 100 subscribers because I was lucky enough to be in the community, so I started off without not at zero.
He got a bunch of pity from us.
Oh, big time!
I wrote out 8.
And I remember back then I said, no, if I ever don't enjoy this shit, I won't fucking do YouTube. And that's just the fact of the matter. And I love this shit. And I'm loving this shit more and more as we go forward and we keep growing. And it's just a fucking blast.
Yeah, man.
I enjoy it too. I'm just tired.
You deserve all the growth too, man. Because you actually grind for this shit. A lot of people get lucky or they get a shout out and they're just like, they're propelled to something or whatever. But you've been doing this on your own, nigga. So
I think the cool thing about you could say that like Grim and Vergo did too was they just grinded long because think about Grim lost his channel and got back where he was
and got back and got it to 1K
and surpassed it. So you gotta give him credit for that. You've been working
absolutely working ass off. Let's see. Facts. We rolling out fuck flying. Vergo slid into 600 niggas DMs for his subs. Naya, why does Dave got pics of you flexing, dog? That man a weirdo.
Yo, that shit. No, that shit was so fucking weird. I told him to delete it though. He deleted it. That shit was weird as fuck.
Wait, who got pictures of you flexing?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Hey, that's the last person that needs to get that information.
Shit was mad
weird.
Steve-O's gonna put you on his top 10 list.
Oh no! Not 10 mil points.
I'm not worthy.
Ranking my niggas' muscles. What you mean?
I'm not worthy.
And your explanation is what had me there. I'm like, why do you have that? Like, I want to know my nigga gonna do his thing when I click the video.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
Are you guys excited for Stampede? By the way,
yes, I am because you're gonna see almost every character that you would like in the movie.
Okay, but are you falling for that though? Remember the film Gold how they hyped up Sabo versus Loot? They threw one punch, that was part of the marketing gimmick. I don't even blame them. They got me,
Even if they don't I'm gonna be happy just to see all of them.
Is Crocodile gonna do one Sabos? Is that what I'm getting? I need more than that. I need more Crocodile. I need more. 30 minutes of Crocodile, bro. 30 minutes.
You're not gonna get 30 minutes. All right, now
I definitely need 30 minutes of Crocodile.
You're not gonna get 30 minutes of Crocodile whatsoever.
Hey, that's what I need. That's what I need, though.
Give me 30.
I need a Crocodile movie. Fuck everyone else. Just Crocodile.
We basically already got that.
Thank y'all for all coming through. I'm gonna sit down. We had a very good talk, even though we didn't have too much to talk about, but we are very, very good at expanding. That's what we do. Y'all know that.
Thank you for
40 minutes. You know how we rock.
Thanks for getting Vergo to 600.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. We're at 605. We're at 605 right now, actually.
That's what's up.
Welcome.
That's fire. 700 and coming soon. Maybe later, sometime mid next week, maybe Monday. Gonna have a 600 subscriber stream. Gonna invite tons of people. It should be lit.
We're gonna show
wait. Before we go, Vergo, what are you gonna use the thing that I gave you?
When I figure out my OBS.
All right.
I'm gonna still talk to you. I'm just stopping the stream.
All right.
All right. Doses.
Crocodile to go.
Love all my niggas.